NCRP Productions presents Fantasy Flight's Star Wars RPG, Season 2, Episode 23.
Hello, and welcome to the table in a galaxy far, far away. I'll be your DM tonight, DM David, and today we're going to be playing Star Wars by Fantasy Flight Games in all three of its collections as Age of Rebellion, Edge of Empire, and Force and Destiny, one complete game. Let's start by meeting our players to the left.
Hello, everybody. This is Josh. I will be playing Locke, the Iridonian Zabrak bounty hunter gadgeteer.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running, as always, Grist, the Shadow Sentinel Squib.
It's Ty. I'll be playing Victus, the Twi'lek mystic Makashi Duelist.
I'm Jessica, and I'll be playing Jimothy, the Jawa Demolitionist.
We did a pretty good job at enunciating every one of our words.
Very good today.
Well, three of us did.
Excellent work,
Josh.
guys. As we start any of our sessions, please give me a nice roll of that white D12 to tell me what the Force is looking like today. I don't like the sounds of that. I don't like the sounds of any of this.
What we got, guys?
What do we got? What do we got?
I have one light side.
No.
Okay.
2 light side. It's a good day for Grist.
One dark side.
Thank you.
Also one dark side.
Oh my goodness, thank you guys.
There's always balance in the Force, isn't there?
Yeah. Just remember, guys, as like players, don't be afraid to use them to introduce small little facts, things like that. Just a way, and because anytime you use it, it gives me one, and anytime I use it gives you one.
We'd like to let you know, Dave, that you don't need to feel like you need to use them anymore. We're fine without getting additional
ones. But how
ones.
do I get to do all my cool, nefarious
3
things?
is plenty for us to work with through the game.
But what about all of the evil machinations? So, when we last left our brave and daring bounty hunter crew, they had gone to the prison planet Belsavis to hunt Dr. Genos Hilaric on behest of the Great Hunt. While there, they had engaged in some side work to help pay for their way in here in the guise of being safari hunters. During that time, though, they ran into a mysterious figure who seems to have ill means for them. Over the course of their escape, their safari guide met an untimely and gruesome end.
Head blown up.
Yep. While you guys fought very quickly, you were able to take the somewhat repaired ATTE and were able to escape. But you know you're being hunted. You know, based on the GPS map located in your drive, you are getting close to the location of Dr. Hilaric. So as we start, it is still night. It's getting closer to day. The machine, you can hear that, that third leg, that front leg isn't hitting because it was kind of damaged and wasn't replaced. The thing is trudging through.
Forgot our spare ATTE leg at home.
Yeah, there's no space to carry it. You guys are tired, sore. Some of you are injured. Your bodies, your armor damaged, your weapons destroyed. You haven't had a good night's sleep. You probably had some, okay meal, but the guide's body is still on the outside on that little walk shelf. The headlamps are lighting this darkened area. You can see it going from dirt road to kind of harder gravel as you guys are making your way to what you can see in the shadowy outlines in the distance of the sun beginning to rise, the silhouette of a mountainside coming into play. You know that if you follow this road, it should lead you to the med lab as the location that it was described as.
All right, guys, what the hell are we going to do now? We don't have Farah. We have no official guide. I mean, are we going to be able to do this without her? Are we going to be able to get in places without her? Do we still have carte blanche?
I'm picking up a capacitor from my riot blaster and looking at it with sadness before setting it back down.
We've lost Locke.
So they did mention that Dr. Jean had special privileges, so we'll need to prepare to find a way into the med lab outside of what we're going to be able to gain access to. I'll just go pick up another piece of my blaster, and it's some sort of compartment held together with wires, and I'm just
Victus, you good piloting right now?
I thought I left someone else piloting because I went up to help with the sloth.
You got the start of it. Jimothy took it over,
right.
If I remember, because you lasered off the arm, almost one-shot my entire boss.
Right.
So wait a minute. Jimothy is okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jimothy, then are you good with piloting this?
Rati Grist, you may have honor.
So I will drag myself over. I'm in bad shape.
Yeah.
I will drag myself over.
How do you look?
Sit in. What's that?
How would you describe how you look and feel?
Well, I'm in bad shape. I am cut in a number of places.
So you have wounds.
Oh, I have
More
wounds
than just
and I have
strain.
strain. I have
Okay.
both.
Yeah.
So Jimothy's kind of looking
And I'm
at
exhausted.
him
I've
and
been up all night. I've been trying to fix things. I keep having to run out places that everyone
Bags
complains
under the
about.
eyes.
Yeah.
You do also have that bear sloth venom.
Yeah, there's that.
As-
Yeah, I'm not feeling good. And I don't know how to fix it.
Jim will keep piloting.
Well, no, I'll do it as I kind of lean back in the chair and take control. You want me to make a roll?
Yes, please. Give me a piloting planetary. This is going to be a 3 difficulty with 1 black because your appendage servo is damaged and it does not have good balance. Pretty much your what is it called in cars? The power steering isn't working as well.
Oh, crap. All right, so 1 failure net.
Okay. Essentially, as like he switches over, as Grist kind of like slides in, it's like as it kind of
This thing doesn't run anything like a ship.
You can hear it scrape against the ground, but it like picks up as it's not running like unison like you see dogs. It's kind of like loppling. Like if this thing had ears, it's like that baby puppy run. It's not doing well.
I'm hoping nobody gets seasick.
It's galumphing.
Yes, excellent word.
So I will keep moving it forward. We're not racing.
No.
I mean, we took care of the sloth. I'm not feeling like, with the way that thing moved,
can't-
I'm not feeling
can't
like
race
2
in this
live in
thing.
this area.
What about the rest of you? What are you guys up to?
Well, I'm going to keep one eye on Grist here. Even though I have 0 skills in piloting, if he faints, I can at least grab the wheel.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot I can do right now, and so I suppose I'd just be waiting. Probably standing, like looking out the front window intently. I'm not talking, but just watching.
Are you contemplating anything in particular, or just like kind of like preparing for battle, kind of?
Preparing for battle. Yeah,
Victus, what are you thinking? You're kind of creeping me out.
I imagine just like
preparing.
He's standing like right behind me, staring right out
Right.
the window over my shoulder.
Right.
I'm
Correct. Because the seat is like raised.
Right.
So
Exactly.
like you and I are eye level, even though I'm standing fully up.
And I'm not turning my head. I'm just I know he's
feel
there.
it. He has a presence.
I'm slowly leaning in, so I'm like equal with you, like ear to ear.
I know he's there. I'm not looking.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, so you ask, what am I doing? It's not the last we'd seen of that despair.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. But I mean, do we worry about it? I mean, we're not running.
Let me
from
worry about it.
Okay.
You focus on driving this machine.
Okay, all right. I'm pretty sure I got it.
As do I. And I turn around.
And now you're facing the other wall.
I'm walking away.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm leaning backwards now, so that now we're making awkward eye contact.
And what about you, Locke? You've been putting together this
Yeah.
piece. You can
Well, I
tell
mean-
it's gone. It's-
No, yeah, I know. I spent some time sort of mourning the loss of my riot blaster. I try to do things sometimes the peaceful or non-lethal way, and this is what happens. But at least
Peace was never an option.
it wasn't my slug thrower, and that would have depressed me far more deeply. But what I do want to do, and I don't know if this is possible given our current location on the prison planet, but I do want to try to do some legwork or some research and potentially gather more information about what sort of like security or locks or special privileges that this med lab might typically employ, so that we can kind of get any kind of heads up on what we can expect. Because I mean, if it's locked up tight, then we're going to be in a bad way with the broken down machine, sitting in a high threat zone with a blast door that we can't get through. So I'm kind of checking to see if that's like an electronics thing, if there's anyone among my contacts, if I can reach outside of the planet that has any sort of knowledge or inside connections to get us in there.
Okay.
Maybe check with the Black Sun themselves.
So are you going to check like the computer first to see like kind of what's going on? Or
Yeah,
you
like
grab
I
all-
would typically start with like pulling up schematics for like maximum security.
Hey, Locke, what are you doing back there? Because the
Keep your
computer's
eyes
right
on the
behind
road,
me too.
Grist.
Like everything's in here with me.
There's like, 'cause remember, there is kind of like a walkway. Like this is kind of like a Winnebago, a little bit bigger, armored, higher firepower. But
And
there
no
is
tires.
a section. But essentially, you can hear me like click, 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 click,
nice
click.
That's what I'm like.
Winnebago.
So what you doing?
Just trying to figure out a way in. Like I said, this med bay is going to need some special privileges. Well,
What do you think about the possibility of maybe we get another guide? I mean, like it wasn't our fault Farah died, right? So
where are we going
what
to
if-
find another guide now?
Well, we could try calling back to the base where we got Farah.
I mean, we know where we're going. We know what we're after. We know
Yeah,
where it's
no,
at.
it's that dot right there.
The guide's not going to offer us a whole lot at this point. What we really need is a way into the med bay. That's what we really need.
That was what the guide was for, wasn't it?
I don't think the guide's going to have access to every part of this planet. And if she does, I mean, was there any? Where did the guide's body end up? Outside the?
It's
I think we threw it out.
We never checked for any kind of.
No, we just left it.
It's
We were being
outside.
chased, so we.
Yeah,
It's remember, there is like a little like widow's walk, like.
Oh wait, it's hanging on the outside of.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you guys have just been running for 2 hours. It's
okay.
like
Well, maybe we
headless
should check that
bodies
out.
just like
Oh.
mangled sitting there.
Yeah, so Locke, maybe you could go, like loot the body.
Don't worry, it
Is it
vanished in their
still up
bag
there?
there.
I don't know, but did you bring it in? I didn't bring Victus.
I didn't see her die.
Did we bring in the body?
Her head exploded in front of
Yep.
you and Victus.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, it's an active shooter situation. Do we
Right.
want to go out there? Not really.
Well, no, I think we're pretty. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna look at the screens for the front and back. Is there anyone in the screens?
From what you can see from your cameras, I mean, there's quick moving like trees. You can see there's some like rocks coming out. It doesn't look like anyone's out there. You can see from the rear camera where the door's at. Her body's there. It's just like up against the grate, kind of like going with the motion. Anytime you take like a terrible walk where it's like, "Whoa," it's like
Thunk,
sits
thunk.
there.
Okay. I'm concerned I may fall asleep, but I'm going to relax, and I'm going to send out my sense.
Okay.
That's
give
what
me-
happened
roll me
last
that white
time.
dice. Tell me what you're feeling.
Ugh, feeling very tired and
You're
angry.
gonna use that dark?
Black dots.
Yeah, I
like
do.
this.
You know
This
what?
is
I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay.
I think I could start leaning into it. Realize I can't.
Too tired.
Yeah,
Maybe your mind can't focus. There's too much going on.
it's too jarbled. You know, it's
Totally.
yeah.
What kind of shape does Victus look to be in? Like, are you wounded right now?
No.
Because like,
Why would I
Locke
be?
Well, I mean, Locke is pretty bruised and
Yeah,
scratched
but that's
up.
Locke.
And
Why would
Grist,
Locke-
I don't know. Grist looks like he's about to pass out.
Yeah, that's Grist.
All right. Well, Victus, you win. You get to go check the body.
Shit!
Keep your head down when you're up there.
lung, Cap.
We don't know who else is watching us.
Yeah, I'm
Keep your head
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we've gone past her range. But just open the door and pull her
This
in.
thing is moving 2 miles an hour.
Why-
I mean, I'm pretty sure
why do
any
we need the
typical
body?
humanoid can travel faster than
Well, Locke and I were
faster
discussing the
than that.
possibility that maybe
I'm
the body's got
exaggerating.
something on it
It's about
that
like
would get us
30,
in.
35.
It might get us inside the because she was supposed to bring us into the place, wasn't she? I mean, that's what I remember.
She never said that specifically, but regardless, this conversation is going nowhere fast, and I
I'm looking over my shoulder.
I walk to the door, open it up. Is the body still like dangling out there?
It's just remember it's lying down like she
Yeah.
died.
I
facing you guys.
without touching, I just force pull it in and throw it like against the wall.
Oh.
All right.
creates
There.
a nasty
Have at it.
splatter sound.
That bluish green blood from pouring out of her. There's who wants to check on it?
If she's in here, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's,
Alright.
Locke will
Locke, you
jump
just kinda
down and
reach down.
pat her down. Yeah.
Quick pat down, easy to find. She does have an ID card that could get you access possibly.
Does it have a photo on it?
Yeah, it's a Duros face. So
If only we knew a doctor that was capable of changing aliens into human-looking creatures.
if only.
Those really shitty plastic surgery jobs where it's like you can like clearly tell it's just a fucked up looking face. You're not pretty yet.
She does have an employee ID. It's again like anything, you can use it as a scan card. She has a data pad. She has about 100 credits. She has 2 stim packs. They clearly didn't do anything to help her.
Locke, anything? Does she have like a card or a badge or wrist thing or any of that stuff?
I'll pass the card to Jimothy. See if you could tell us anything about these
What'd you find?
Okay.
permissions. Grist, keep your eyes on the trail. We do
I
not
am,
need to
that's
be
why I'm
tripping
asking.
over another tree.
That's why it's like whoop, whoop. All of a sudden, like you're like it would have hit a boulder, but that third leg wasn't working anyways, so it just like goes over it. You're like, see,
It short steps on the boulder.
yeah, it actually felt really stable there. It was like, wow, this is actually smooth. Oh, it's not smooth anymore. Yeah, give me a computer's check because you're gonna try to like everything has some type of encryption. This is just a 2 difficulty.
2 difficulty. Okay. 3 successes and 1 advantage, which I'm going to use to heal strain.
Yes. Oh, you look more refreshed after checking out that card, Timothy. That's convenient.
Yeah.
So,
All right, what's on it?
ID is of course what
She's
it
actually
should
just
be.
excited, figuring it out.
It's
Playing with
her. It's of course her. Her name, her identification number as an employee. You know that based from your search, it can be used as like a key card or a way to get into like certain areas. You can see that her data pad contains essentially a list of people who are coming for a safari. So it's kind of like her monthly calendar of who she needs to take care of each day, each week. There's also a list of kind of like priority targets, the ones that you asked for. So like, hey, like, Dr. Genos Hellrick, it has where he's located. It tells you the med bay is a what is called privileged area. From your success, you can learn that the privilege is Dr. Hellrick, due to his level of compliance with the current authorities, has been given the privilege to
privilege
conduct
for
his
good behavior.
experimentations at the good behest of the authorities. What that means, from what you can see, is you can kind of piece together. It looks like there's been a list of essentially research material delivered to this place where he can conduct his experimentation. What that entails, essentially, it just says, based off her level of information, it's been redacted, but essentially as long as his experiments stay within the med lab, he is free to do what he needs to do there. He provides services such as advancements in medical technology and life-saving services to the authorities.
And can I tell, are we pointed in the right direction?
Yes.
Okay, we're headed in the right direction then. Good.
You can see that, of course, just also from this, based off like previous like history records, there is no one here that can't be bought so-and-so for the safari. So any criminal can and will be at some point sold. It's just who's the highest bidder.
Okay. So we're headed in the right direction. Dr. Redacted is up ahead. Do I know about how far or how much time?
If you're going
at
to
our
guess,
current pace.
Yeah, at your current pace, you can do quick numbers. As your Jawa mind works together as a mechanic and computer worker.
Which is funny because my people don't actually understand the concept of the number 7.
You understand that it's going to take you about like 2 or 3 hours.
That's what the wiki says.
Just specifically number 7, or do you
They get 6 and they get 8. They just don't.
Well, I was about to say, does it go beyond 7, or does it stop at 6?
It goes beyond. It's just 7 is.
7 is just a blank.
Yeah, we don't get 7. Don't bring it up.
I want to know where.
That's
those
amazing. I love that.
I don't know.
How many people are
It's
there?
literally
It's like-
some fucking intern.
Lucasisms.
Yeah, he's just typing there on the script of Return of the Jedi, just like typing away like the thing, and he just forgot to hit like the 7 and just left it out. It's like, oh fuck, screw it, it's part of the lore now.
Exactly.
Fuck it.
Too bad I don't have something like
established.
ChatGPT that could actually fix this. I'll have to come up with something myself.
I've heard about it. It's like the French, like when French count numbers.
Oh,
it's
it's horrible.
Like it's like 1, 2, like 10, 20, 30, where they're like, it's 3 10s, 3 10s and a 1, 3 10s and 2.
The base
The
keeps
Spanish is the
It
changing
way.
just
on
keeps
French.
changing, and then when you get to 4, it's not. You're like, okay, is it 40? And they're like,
Nope.
it's 4 3 10s and a 1.
What?
It's
Yeah.
their number, like the way you say it apparently translates that way. I need to re-look it up again. I don't know if that's true.
It's bonkers.
But I've heard about it, and I don't know if it's just like a bad meme or if it's a true thing. I was like, that
Another
can't
thing
be
I hate
right.
the French about.
But you know, you
There
have about
goes all
3
the
hours, so
friends.
be about dawn.
Okay.
You know that your card has given you access prior to here. It seems that Farah has dropped off research experiments, research material, so you know that it can at least get you in. How far it can get you in and what what awaits inside, who knows?
Who knows? Okay, many surprises wait beyond.
What does that mean?
This information doesn't really say. Doctor is allowed to make many things. No restrictions.
Oh, great. Well, will it get us in? That's the key.
Yes.
Will it get us in?
All right, so we haven't really discussed what are we just going in and blam killing her?
What else would we be here for?
Okay.
Dr. Redacted is not nice person.
No, it's not a question of that. It's what is the plan? We just go in and waste him? I mean, I'm good with that. I just, that's not my thing.
Were you supposed to kill him? Are you supposed to capture him and...
So I have a question. Were we supposed to kill him or were we supposed to capture him and bring him in? Locke? Because it's your thing.
I mean, Locke would know. Josh doesn't necessarily... I thought we were supposed to capture him, but
Yes.
Josh is... Yeah.
So wait, so we're not going in and just blasting him, because that's what Victus said.
I never said that.
But you said...
Jimothy said.
It's all that blood loss, Grist. It happens all the time.
Yep.
No, the Pikes want him. The Pikes want him. We gotta
Okay, so we
get
gotta
him
get
out of
him
there.
out- so we gotta get him
obviously,
out.
they have some unfinished business with him. They need to settle. They can't settle that business if he's dead.
So we got to get him out and back to... What are the chances that we could get Yanari to bring the ship over? Land it on...
I don't. I'm sure there's anti-air defenses that would make
Well,
that
my concern
a
is
difficult proposition.
if we're going to grab him, load him into this thing, and then we got to walk all the way back.
Yeah, I'm not excited about taking this thing back.
Hey, you know what we haven't done recently, Jimothy? We haven't looked at the others and seen where the bounties are. We should check in on that.
Yeah, you guys do that.
No, what? I can't!
Okay, I check.
Have we seen any other vehicles traveling in the cities, like speeders or other sort of like transports or anything?
In the city.
You haven't remembered...
Like there
you've
was a
been-
city. I mean, it was a city.
There
It
was a
just-
town. It's
Village.
it's a little Hooverville.
Good reference.
Thank you. Essentially, you have seen other vehicles, like other safari, like escorts as people are hunting, like some of the Nexu and other things that are out there. But you never stopped. You never kind of went by. Essentially, you went deep enough into this place that this is kind of like the deep, deep wilderness, which you know because this is where
Not a
they
lot of
put some of
traffic, I
their
guess.
higher end, more dangerous individuals. So.
Okay. I would like to check up on the other bounty hunters. What's the difficulty? Computers, right?
This would still be computers. This one is going to be a 4 because there is a lag delay because Belsavis is not supposed to be on the main networks.
Ugh. Okay, I don't do it.
Woof.
Yeah.
At least you
Yeah.
get some stress.
So I have a
Not
very
that stress.
relaxing time failing my task.
Excellent.
So what kind of supplies and crates do we have on board? Is any of that passable as like medical equipment or gear?
Oh yeah. There is definitely some medical equipment on here. There's some weapons and ammunition, some armors as well. From what you can quickly see, easily enough, there's probably another 10 stem packs. You wouldn't be able to carry them if just because the amount of like burden you already have. If you needed to, you could. There's a blood scanner, which allows you to see what type of like infections are in the blood and know how to treat them. There's not like major surgery things, but there's stuff that you could use, like a mini like back to holder. So if like you broke your leg, could you wrap it around and like begin it to like perform administrations? Yes, but essentially if someone lost an arm, you're not going to do deep surgery on here.
How large are the crates we have on board?
You're looking at something like, I don't know, how would I describe the size?
Like Jawa sized or like, Victus sized?
Jawa size. About a half a Jawa. Some people would call it 1/10 of a Rancor.
Okay, final question. Did Farah have like a uniform on
Yeah,
of some
it's-
sort?
it's
and
still
is it
there.
still there?
Oh yeah, she didn't mysteriously get hit hard enough that her clothes vanished.
Well,
It's not that kind of a game, Josh.
Yeah, easy there, bro.
she might have gotten shot and it might have damaged her clothing to where it's no longer a believable
Well, the upper
uniform.
portion's going to be a little discolored.
It's blue where it shouldn't be blue, but
You're sick.
essentially, yeah.
I'm evil, and that's fucked up.
But I thought Victus was the good one. He has the most light side points. This isn't good, guys. When your light side hero is dark side, this is bad. Yeah, she does have a uniform. You can tell it's the basic Galactic Union. Hers, of course, is a lot dirtier. You can tell that they don't have as much care for quality of standard. But if you needed to like impersonate someone, I would say you or Victus would have to wear the armor.
Like I hold it up to Jimothy.
Too big to everyone else.
Right, so I hold it up to Victus. Take it back to Jimothy. Take it back to Victus.
If the
Bad news,
Jawa
Victus.
stood on Grist's shoulders.
So I stand
not my
up on
color.
the seat and look back. So, what's going on? I'm just driving up here. Keep me
Is that a
informed.
reference, or are you just
No, I'm standing.
not you, him?
Jimothy, what'd you find?
I saw Guardian.
I found key card. Nothing on the net with other bounty hunters, though.
Like nothing as in you couldn't get through?
I couldn't get through.
Well, did you try and could you make another roll with me helping?
Assisting? Yes, you would be able to.
Because that should get you another yellow
Another yellow?
in place of the green.
Okay.
Not my color. That's pretty good.
Success this time. 3 successes.
Yeah, we put that back door in for a reason.
Yeah, 3 successes, but I take some more strain.
Okay. So, again, you were checking on this to see what's going on with everyone else.
Right, we want to see if we can find out where the bounties are, who's dead, because we already know
Who's
one
in
of them
the
is
lead?
dead.
The person,
And specifically, the other bounty hunter that was on this planet, if that one is still here.
no, by what's been going on, Treya, you can see is left orbit. She had successfully completed her bounty and was just collecting bonus bounties.
Damn it. Locke, you heard that?
No, I didn't hear that. Who?
She's
heard who?
She's a bounty hunter ahead of us.
The voice of God speaking to you.
You guys are essentially
It's
correlating.
Jimothy. Do you hear the voices too?
Is this what the Force is? I don't want it. It's curse.
Sorry.
No, that's what Jimothy said.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you guys
Come
are
again?
like going through a ton of data. 'Cause remember, you're watching 32 different contestants. That's 32 individual floating orbs, not
Yeah.
counting
Are any
up to
knocked out?
5.
We know one
Of
for
the
sure is
32.
out.
You do see that there are at least 5 that have gone.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
Meaning they are no longer active ones. You knew there was one that was already out, is because you all remember
watched
watching
it.
Zegar just
Yeah.
tell somebody no. He didn't even do it for the points. He did it for the sheer pride. But you see 5 more out, totaling 6.
Oh, total 6? Okay.
Yeah, 6 total out. You can see that the current lead points is like there's one already kind of talking, because there's a whole bunch of different information, not just the hunters. There's like commercials going on. Remember, this is a big betting event. You can see currently in the lead is the Gand Findsman, Dakosh Drak.
Gosh, Drake.
He's that little bug
can you
I
figure
eye.
think I
out-
know that name.
Jimothy, can you figure out where Treya ranks?
Yeah. Ibana.
You can see she is in the top 10.
Top 10.
Dare I ask where Locke is?
Oh.
Focus on the mission, Chris.
Okay.
I do want to
It's
check,
strange.
though. Where...
He's still dead last, even under the 6 dead individuals.
Oh.
No, he's not dead last. He's not.
There's a bunch at 0, I'm assuming.
No, there's a bunch of people who are still trying. Essentially, they only really care about the major top 10. Everyone else is essentially hasn't gotten their mark yet or hasn't done the bonus. Well, you guys already did kind of a bonus mission, which got you some points, but you haven't done your main prerogative for being here, and that's what's really going to get you.
Okay.
Okay. So we're in the middle of the pack then?
Essentially.
Okay.
I mean, middle, bottom, because there's really only top or middle. Everything else is, if you're not first place, you're last.
Yes.
As this is kind of happening, you guys have, you can see that you're getting close to your location. The light begins to creep over, the beams go off. You can see that you're on a much rockier area. You can see that the road has gone from gravel to kind of like tumultuous off. Essentially what's mostly gone here has either been hard all-terrain vehicles or some type of repulsor or grav.
Hey guys, this is going to get a lot rougher.
But you see off in the distance, you can see what looks like a giant iron door. Definitely like think of like a giant like hangar door. Over with it, there is a cut metal that seems to be glistening that says Medbay.
And this is into the side of a cliff, or this is
in the side of like a mountainside.
Okay.
You can see that as you like lead up to it. The mountainside has some ice, of course, on top of it.
At least we know we're in the right spot.
No guards.
Well, you guys should probably come up and look.
I mean, we could see, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
not
if
that
he's
big
describing
of
it to
a...
us.
As you kind of look back the way you came, because you can, or are any of you going to step out, or are you just using the cameras? cameras.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cameras
he's got the window.
for me.
Yeah, it's in the front.
That's in the front of it, but not the back. If you look out behind you on the camera, based on the door, you can see like essentially where you've come. They're at the top of a mountainside. There is a deep valley before you. You can see off in the distance, far out, that large structure that you identify as the wall that is separating this kind of planet into sections. You see where that village was. Looks kind of, it's not a speck, but it's definitely a blob of like houses now. You can see the deep forest wilderness. I mean, you can see ships going in and out further south of you.
Okay, so we kind of have, I see it as two options after we get the guy. Option one, we get back into this thing and we drive it back, which is taking forever, and something screwy goes, like we get jumped by another creature in the forest,
Right.
We're in bad shape. Or we try and do something to allow a low flyover that would allow Yanari to bring the ship.
And are there any
somewhere
other
here.
vehicles at the med bay?
You don't see anything out where you're at. That doesn't mean that the structure inside may not hold.
It's very, I mean, I'm going to take a look. Does it look like there are, my brain's not working, ports for other vehicles to fly into or drive into other than the main? Is there just the main big door?
Give me a 2 difficulty perception. Let's see.
Okay. Good Lord today. 1 success, 1 more strain.
You can tell there doesn't seem to be any place. It's too rocky or jaggedy. You really wouldn't bring any big ships in here. A small ship, probably not. It just wouldn't be worth the cost of danger of damaging or destroying your ship to land in here. You think mostly whatever comes in and out probably comes through this main hangar door, so it's probably some type of land speeder, vehicle speeder, things like that, some type of walker, and they probably wouldn't airdrop anything off. Could your ship land? Looking around, it would be tight.
What about up on the wall?
What do you mean up on the wall?
Well, you said there's a wall that cuts these things between each other. Is the wall thick enough the ship can land up there?
Your ship's a lot bigger of a cargo. It could, yes.
Could land on it, but it wouldn't
But
last for long.
you would leave this mountainside, head down, and head to essentially what we would know as the Grapevine in California. It's quite a large structure, not enough to be a city, but definitely enough that it has probably some ATSTs walking on it fairly easy.
But it would still be time. Again, if we were going to do this, we would want Yanari to land the ship close to us.
You could essentially, you'd have to go down the way you came a little bit. It would be a bit of a trek.
Okay, so number 2 on the list I would suggest is we get in there and we potentially buy, threaten, or steal something that runs better than this piece of crap.
What options do you think we're going to have in there?
Well, I can't be certain, but it's big enough to take these in. It could have an ATSD in there. It could have land speeders. It could have bikes. I mean,
I don't like the idea of basing our plan on maybe they'll have things.
I don't know how would I know what's in there? I haven't been here before.
Is there any way? Can we see any kind of defenses from the vehicle here that would prevent Yanari from landing the ship anywhere close by outside of the medbay? Is it just a wide open, wasteland, or is there actual gun turrets spread throughout it?
You mean this building, or do you mean
what's stopping people from escaping from this maximum security prison planet?
As you remember when you first landed, the turret does have sections where there are AA guns aimed upwards.
Right, but beyond that, what's stopping someone from going into orbit and coming down, outside of the range of those guns?
There's also, you saw ships flying over and things like that. So there is some type of space/air defense. There's those. There's, of course, ground turrets and army keeping people in. Most of these criminal elements seem to also have types of devices that we know would be explosive or incendiary. So
the longer we go unknown, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we came down, if my memory serves, there was ground-to-air defenses.
Yep, there's ground-to-air.
Not ground-to-ground per se, but ground-to-air.
There's ground-to-air and air-to-air defenses.
And if we call Yanari in here and he doesn't make it, then
He's landed back at the main
at the
zone.
dock. And so if he leaves, they would immediately know that he's leaving. And they would probably be able to track him straight here. At least that's what I would expect.
What I was getting at was, do we potentially call in a favor or something like that?
I think our odds of bribing our way out are probably a little better, but money is money. Credits are credit.
We're getting close, and we need to come up with some kind of a plan.
Well, I like the idea of Victus or myself taking over in place of
Farah.
And
Way out.
Yeah, that was close.
It's there.
I was two
It was
letters.
T versus
I was
F.
halfway there.
The T was
50%
missing a second.
still an F.
Yeah.
The T's, left side needed to be pushed
The
over
grading
to the
scale
right.
is not valid for modern day assessments. Like,
Is that what they told you?
no, that's just common sense. Like a failing grade can't be like 59 or 60 or 65% of success. Like,
Do you get
that's
the feeling
pretty
that
good.
Josh rode a short bus to school?
I do. I think they told him a different standard of success.
That hurts you. Right?
So you're asking a great question because it's very fair. What keeps people here?
Yeah.
The sense is fear. Fear, and the other thing is, as you've kind of learned, if you remember it, some of the criminals are born here. They aren't criminals, they are just born. This is a life, this is their planet, this is a home to a lot of these individuals. It may be a terrible place and may be cruel and ungiving, but what place really isn't anymore in the galaxy?
Well, also, if there's or some of the prisoners have a lot of privileges, then I'm sure that they're exercising what little power they have over the even more powerless.
Yeah.
Because, like, if this guy has an entire menagerie of face-eating, monkey rancors or something, I would imagine
I mean,
that
he
the
does
other.
now. That sounds way cooler. That sounds way cooler than what I
Just
played.
gonna flip a dark side point there. And
Ooh, that's a good dark side.
monkey
Yeah.
rancors.
How terrifying! Question: are they the size of rancors, or are they the size of?
What would you rather fight?
100 rancor-sized monkeys.
Exactly.
Monkey-sized rancor.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exact. That was right. That's perfect. 100 monkey-sized rancors or one rancor-sized monkey.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the 100
big mouth.
the 100 corgi-sized rancors are gonna be pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
not
I
want to
think
fight
the
100
little
monkey-sized
ones are.
rancors.
Recently, when I was
You'd rather fight the one rancor-sized monkey? I don't know,
mean-
man. That thing could rip a roof off a house.
recently when I was in Gibraltar, we
There's no right answer.
went up to the top where they have the monkey dens, and they warn you about the physical strength, the
Oh,
physicality of the little cute tiny monkeys.
Yeah, they'll
like,
grab your
don't
ass.
feed them.
Yeah.
Don't show them anything. Hold on to everything tight because they'll steal cameras, cokes from your backpack, all that stuff. We're walking down the stairs, and these three ladies kind of shoved past me and said something, I don't know, snotty to me, and went ahead of me, and I just stopped. I was kind of surprised, and the monkeys jumped on their head, jumped on their backpacks, and I kind of stood back and like, ugh, karma, baby. But yeah, the monkeys were just tearing up, and they just screamed and ran, so yeah, I'm thinking 100 rancor, monkey-sized rancors is pretty damn scary.
Essentially, though, Josh, what you're asking for, and you guys have a good plan, and I like
That's
it.
funny.
Your ship could land around here. It couldn't land right where you're at because it's
Right,
just,
we would have to get him out the med bay, but it
Yeah.
could land outside the med bay without
It's-
getting blown to smithereens.
It's not
If it
so
could
much.
get past the perimeter.
The thing is that it's just too jaggedy that your starship can't land without somehow causing imbalance or damage to its struts.
Oh, so it can't land, period.
Yeah. If you took it down, say about an hour walk, not an hour vehicle walk, you could probably find a little bit better. Would a good pilot be able to get it there? Definitely. But maybe
Yeah,
you
but the
also
good
don't need to
pilot's
land.
currently on the ATTE.
Yeah. Maybe you don't land it and you just lower the drop.
No, he stayed back on the ship.
You're a navigator. So
Okay.
you have a good plan.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure
Well-
that we are clear that it could happen. But you also have the fair question of, hey, if they see us leaving for no reason.
Right, so that's the kind of that's the contingency is we have to get in and out without making a fuss if we're going to do
I'm going
this.
to tell you right now, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
What do you mean you guys come in and cause trouble? What?
well, my thought
I would
is
never.
we come in under the pretense of a medical delivery. We're a safari crew still, but we got a discount to help provide security for this medical delivery, to do the hard labor to actually do the delivery. You know, it's just part of it's just something they just 2-for-1'd us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we got a little discount on our safari deal in exchange for this pit stop, and so we're gonna, Victus is gonna be the guard, and he's gonna make the delivery. Just because, neither of us are convincing, but I think I could pass more as a safari hunter and you as a guard than vice versa. But
all right, well, so here's the
I'm
other
open
side.
to other ideas.
Well, just the way that Farah kind of suggested it sounds like. I guess if I lived here, I would be thinking this would be normal by now. The way that we've been told, the guard walks in, brings in a bunch of safari people, everyone scatters to the four winds. They go and grab the person
the safari
kicking and
people
screaming
aren't
out.
typically allowed inside the med bay. They are endorsing what this doctor's doing here.
Wait, say that again? I thought we were. I thought that was the whole thing, is she was bringing us in.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
You think she was bringing us up to the front door and saying, go?
You do remember
That's
that
what
she,
I thought was happening.
Yeah, she doesn't go out with hunting because she doesn't want to get exactly what happened, her head blown off. That, again, has already happened. But you do know from her ID she has access to get through these doors. You just don't really know what's down there because from any of her records, she's like, yeah, I dropped off delivery.
This is
So
like
these-
the worst prison planet ever.
Why?
So,
What's
out
wrong
of
with the planet?
I got the impression that these prisoners are allowed leeway as long as
They stay on the planet.
they stay on
and
the
they
planet,
do what
they
they're asked.
behave. But even someone like Dr. Joseph Mengele here,
Redacted.
even
We'll just go with Dr.
Dr.
Redacted.
Redacted. Yeah, thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Dean.
Redacted.
His name was Dr. Gene, but now he's Dr. Redacted.
That he has the amount of money that we're paying to take him out, or that the Pikes are paying to take him out, supersedes his use to the prison, and so that's why they're letting us kill him. Is that correct? That's
Yep.
kind of my impression
Yep.
of the whole situation.
Yep. Remember, this is an entire planet. You don't have an army big enough to maintain a planet's security. So essentially what they're doing is striking critical points and being like, hey, as long as we keep them beaten, submissive, placated to some degree on some of them, use them to enforce power on others. You were very correct in that assessment. That
so maybe
sounds
we
right.
go in for a delivery and a pickup, and we just tell them what's going on. I mean, who wants to go against the Pikes anyway?
Hold on. Who's they?
The guards, whoever's going to stop us from getting to Dr. Gene.
I don't think it's guards. I think it's going to be things.
Agree.
Okay, well, things may be
Monkey-faced
less
rancors.
difficult to negotiate
Face eating.
with.
Don't forget
Face
the
eating monkey-faced rancors. That is just a terrible thought, Jimothy. I don't even
So-
know where you come up with this crap.
In that
Jimothy
case,
has seen many things.
then in that case, we need to be as, discreet and quiet as possible.
Well,
What-
that's not going to happen with this thing.
What
As
is
I make another
discreet?
clunk.
Universal
Timothy, you
Translator
have
has
made it
no
up
word
to
for
the,
that in Jawa.
like, front. You can see the door in front of you is this thick carbon steel door. It kind of has leveled out the walkway. This looks like it has some type of, work done to help make it.
So are we all going in? I mean,
One way or the other. I mean,
Okay.
the crate, as we determined, was not large enough for anyone to fit in. Like, even if we bring multiple crates, we can't really smuggle anyone in. Is that...
You mean
we can smuggle in a droid.
for what crates?
Well, like the medical crates. If we were to put Jimothy,
Oh, yeah.
with like the blood sampler and the
Yeah.
stem packs on top,
Wouldn't be enough.
it wouldn't. They're not big enough to like
Yeah.
push on hover lifts
No,
or
no.
something. They're
Crates. Think more of like briefcase.
So,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
so I'm not. So my thinking is, we go in with a show of force. We go in, we do exactly what I said. We basically scare the shit out of everybody else, and we go to Dr. Redacted. We grab him and we leave. Right?
Seems like the only plan at this point.
Right? So
As you're sitting there, kind of
Victus, are you actually unaware of that thing?
I'll do whatever I have to just to get this fucking job done.
As you're kind of having this talk, you hear the weep 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 going from
Oh,
your
great.
console.
Now that means I got to
Ah.
answer.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we all right?
We were ready 20 minutes ago.
I mean, like, how scary is threat of working for the Pikes to like your
Ooh,
average,
that's an excellent word.
like from an underworld perspective?
Give
or like,
give me an underworld. I'm gonna be honest. This is a 2 difficulty.
Is there any
good
reason
underworld.
with my background that I could make the role as well?
Your character has lived on a planet that the
I
Pike-
won't help him.
Yeah.
He's better than
so
I
2
am.
purples in my roll.
Yep. You can add a blue because you are a bounty hunter. Yeah. And you do know a bit about this.
So, So that takes away that, and that's a failure, and 4 advantages.
So 1 failure, 4 advantages.
Yeah.
Pikes are just another syndicate. All syndicates, are dangerous to work for. Huts. The least dangerous you would know would be freelancers. It's just essentially do what you want. But their danger is essentially you don't have as much protection, so it's really up to you. But Pikes, Circa, Black Sun, it's all the same, blaster in the end at your back.
All right, so answer it.
Answer.
Okay.
Click. You hear the speak of binary, as what pops up on your command is present ID.
Wait, who's got it? Who's got the ID? Who's got Farah's ID?
I have it.
All right.
As you kind of put it
Oh,
over.
I had my finger out the button.
You put it in your little floppy disk thing where it's shh. You hear as it's doing the sound of the old
1970s.
Yeah. Essentially, the droid's goes from binary to Huttonese. It looks like the terminal goes green, boing, bleeps up.
Well, that's good. It went green.
As the lifting of the door begins to rise, that steel scraping against steel and stone as it ascends.
Hey, presently, guys, I'm thinking we're walking this thing in there.
Is there snow on the ground in this?
There's a bit, not enough. You wouldn't make a snowball that wouldn't have rocks in it. Would be the best way to describe it.
I'm going with yes. All right, yep. I'm in the seat, ready to move forward.
As the door clears, you can see the dust particles falling down, some rocks tumbling that rolls. And you walk it in. The lights, boom, kick up, and as you enter into the blackness, after a second, your eyes adjust. Boom, the warehouse begins to light up. Toom, toom, toom.
Okay, so super important is I'm walking in as soon as there is light for me to look.
Yes.
I'm going very slowly so that I can focus. I want to focus on the ground. How does it look like this area is kept clean? Does it look like it's heavily walked? Are there footprints through everything? What I'm looking at is this a well-traveled front end, or are we weird because we've shown up and they don't see anyone for a month?
Gotcha. Excellent question. Give me a perception check. 2 difficulty.
Good Lord. So, 2 failures.
From what you can quickly see, you're trying to look for specific details. Remember, you are walking this.
Yeah, right. And I'm looking through
a camera, so it's hard to see. You can tell easily from what you do see. You can't see the finer details of dust and stuff like that. But as the lights kick up, think of an airplane hangar, right? It's very large. There's lights on each side kind of lighting this up. There's enough space that you can see kind of a bit of a shadow. You know how they leave that kind of cone section. You can see 2 struts on each side keeping the roof supported. What it looks like in the front is that, does this have walks? You can see scrapes on the steel ground. It looks like some walker has stepped or dragged against it. You can see off to the side an Imperial troop transporter that has been refurbished. The Imperial troop transporter, if those kind of remember, it's essentially a brick. It looks legitimately just like a brick.
What are the markings on that?
Is that
just like that? It's essentially their prison transporter.
Yeah.
What its markings are is essentially just you can see where the First Order symbol has been kind of I guess we would call it wouldn't be water pressured off, but air pressured off, and they have replaced
sandblasted.
Sandblasted off with the GU symbol placed on it.
Hey,
and even that has dusted and faded enough that even it's kind of going away.
I think I got a way out.
How fast is a transport like that?
It's not about fast, it's about the ability to actually drive it.
Whoa.
Without worrying about it falling over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The benefit is that it doesn't have legs, it hovers. About 5 meters off the ground.
Meters?
Wow, that's pretty high, actually.
I think I know our way out, but we're going to have to check it and make sure it's okay.
Amongst things here, there's no second floor. You can see a few empty cargo crates, their tops open, knocked over. In the back, though, you see a cargo lift, one of those graded miner lifts. That seems to be the only thing else in here.
Can I check out the troop transport to make sure we could get it running?
Are you guys all going to exit the vehicle, or are you trying to check it out from the sensors?
What vehicle?
You guys are in your ATTE.
We're in our little...
Oh, we just walked in.
That's what I said. I'm walking. Nobody said anything, so I walked in.
If you had to
Didn't
guess,
think through that.
again, from one of your questions to answer, also back to Grist, it looks like this thing can fit about 4 or 5 vehicles about this size silhouette.
And the only thing that's in here is that troop transport. There are no other vehicles.
We should check it out, but don't tamper with it. We don't want to give off any alarms that what we're doing here.
So,
if the door's locked, leave them that way, and we'll figure it out on the way out.
there's not even a freaking protocol droid. Nothing's meeting us down here. We're walking into someone's lair.
Yeah, what gave that away?
The fact that there's no one. Oh, that was going to be funny. Okay.
Also, for my 2 Force users, if you would like to give me a Force dice roll to just sense what's kind of going on. Using that.
Yeah, I've got a dark side. I'm using it this
Want to
time.
use it? Okay.
I got a light side.
You want to use it?
Damn right I want to use it.
All right.
I don't want to get affected by my Sith counterpart over here.
Beautiful.
Bring balance.
Both of you kind of like things were already kind of foreboding, not just because of despair, but something about this place is just eerie, and you're all like talking about it, and maybe it's just the fear of people talking about fear, but as soon as you pass over, there's a cold shiver that kind of runs over your guys' body, like you've been dunked in water. And as you kind of like clear and take a breath, you're like, yeah, this feels eerie. It feels very similar to you, Grist, like the lair of some type of creature. It very much gives you that vibe. Victus, feels like, how would I describe this for your background? This is like when you guys first arrived on planet, and when they do inspection, when they used to do inspection for slaves. It gives that feeling of dread, like, hey, is it bad, but how bad could it be?
So, what I'm thinking at this point is that it feels like going into a Ginslava cave. Ginslava cave. Inside, they lay eggs. Eggs are about the size of your fist. They're delicious. But you have to go in to get them. And you're going into the creature's home. That's what I meant by lair. I'm not sure if that's the way it is on your place, but that's what I mean by lair.
I know what a lair is.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is Dr. Redacted's lair.
No, I get that, but you can't be getting cold feet on us, Grist, or
I'm not!
whatever
I'm
you
not,
got in those smelly boots of yours. I don't even cold
What?
paws or cold hooves. I have no idea.
Are yours warmed?
I think they're called pseudopods.
Hey! I'm right here! Look, what I'm saying is we're not being met by any kind of prison people. All right? If he's been given this much leeway, maybe he's been given literally control of whatever is in the mountain.
makes it
Most
easier
likely,
for
how
us.
does it change things? We're here for a mission. We'll get it
Right,
done.
but what? So,
Do we have to label everything we see? Let's just get it done with.
fine.
Look, it's dark.
Well, no, it's dark. It's not. The lights are on in there. I'm going to get up. I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab my weapons. I'm going to put on my harness. I'm ready to go.
What about the rest of you? You guys getting dressed out, ready to go?
been
Victus
dressed.
has been ready. He's been on edge since like the last 3 hours of this ride.
I've been on edge since we landed on this planet.
Yeah, he has not been happy. No,
I want to
since we
get
got
off
here.
this planet as soon as possible.
You're
I want to
showing-
blow this planet up. It's what I want to do, but I can't do that.
I'm
You've
gonna
been
owe
showing
Victus
amazing
more than
restraint
just a
with
drink
this
after
planet.
this.
What was that?
I said I'll owe Victus more than just a drink after this.
Yeah, I'd like to check out the troop transport to make sure it's still functional.
So we have, I'm assuming, Grist and...
Jimothy.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
How dare
Yeah.
you?
No,
You're
don't assume.
Demolitionist.
No, I'm going in to get Dr. Redacted.
Okay, so
So we didn't stop at
Jimothy,
the
you were going to be by
transport.
yourself. Just making sure I understand that.
So we are in the open bay.
So we walked in and then we stopped and then
And
we got
yes,
out.
when
and
you
now
say
we're on
walk
foot.
in, we are in the
Yeah.
ATTE.
You haven't
we
got
are
out.
inside,
The-
and it's the door is shut or not.
It is closing down. This is what you
Right,
guys
there
are
are
talking.
lights. It's as if we are in the front bay or the landing bay or the cargo bay.
Yep.
Right.
Beautiful.
There is a transport down there. Jimothy is going to go make sure it still works.
Why you guys are going
The
to
three of us are
No, we're
going to
not
get Dr.
leaving
Redacted.
Jimothy back here.
Yeah,
We're just if Jimothy
it's
and you
gonna
want to
take,
look
like,
at
30
it,
seconds for me to look
then
at
you can look at it, but you are not to tamper with it or set off any kind of alarms
I'm not
to draw attention
doing
to
anything.
the docking bay.
I'm standing right here.
Tell Jimothy that.
Did you hear him?
I did. I
Okay.
heard him. I'm
Okay.
just gonna check it out and make sure it'll still run.
You
That's
get
all.
into it and like you just the little sun visor and the keys drop down.
All of a sudden, he like puts on
yeah,
sunglasses.
Utini.
Love it. Okay, so,
up the
so
radio.
you're all getting out. You're all equipped.
And Jimothy goes through and presets all the radio
Yeah.
stations.
What is Fire Mixtape Volume 1?
What is Jawa Pop?
That's good.
So you're geared up. You're ready. Are you guys bringing it? Like, what are you guys bringing with you? Your basic equipment that you came
My
out
usual
with?
kit.
Span of weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, standard armament that I came onto the planet with. I don't know. Did we bring more stuff than we can really carry?
Nope.
You can only carry so much.
Yeah.
No, we brought. If I remember correctly, we each brought a bag onto this thing.
Yeah. Okay.
What was in the bag, I don't know, but we all
So, right,
brought
I mean,
a carrying bag.
We need to pack, not expecting to be able to return to the cabin of this thing if that's
Right.
the way it goes.
Right.
So as you guys exit, the door opens for a brief second. I'm imagining you're all kind of on edge.
And we slow motion walk out.
You walk out. You feel that it doesn't feel stale, but Grist, you definitely picked this up first. It smells musty. As the rest of you kind of get that feeling of you're like, hey, it's kind of like stale air. It's not like stale, but it's, it feels like something's been living here and it's had that like sweat smell that just lingers for a while.
Jimothy, when you get in the transport, check the last time it was geared up. See how long it's been down.
Okay.
As you guys hop down, you can see there's some dust, but nothing that you would say is terrible. It's not like this building has been abandoned by any means. But you can see as you kind of walk over to it, the vehicle looks more dusty at a quick glance, not because of any type of uncare, mostly just because it probably took a crappy road and it's just wear and tear of the, where you're flying around. What are you doing to inspect it? Are you just looking at it, or are you going to try to get in it?
I'm just going to look at it,
Okay.
make sure that there aren't any alarms or anything on it if I do decide to get in it.
Okay. So you're looking for traps or some type of...
I'm basically just looking for really obvious flaws that would prevent us from using it.
So then a quick mechanics check can tell you that.
Okay.
If you're specifically looking for traps, I would say perception to try to catch anything that might appear out of the ordinary.
I'm just going to do mechanics first and see if it's a viable option.
Sounds good. This is from a quick glance, 1 difficulty. You're just trying to see if it looks usable.
Yeah, I succeed by 2.
Real easy. The thing looks sturdy. These things were built to last. The quick glance, there's 3 humanoid-sized cargo that could carry, from your own experience probably with having dismantled one of these. Those can carry 6 individuals outside. They can lock people down. The vehicle itself can hold up to 10 individuals, not counting its crew of 3. And the turret, looks a little dirty up there, but it probably still functions. There's nothing out here that looks chipped or cracked or anything that would give you worry. It's not leaking any type of fluid, so that's a positive sign.
Did I just watch Jimothy literally walk around this thing? Jimothy, go inside!
Locke said not to touch.
Did you tell him not to, or did you tell him?
I said don't tamper with
We're not gonna. How are we gonna know if it actually works if Jimothy doesn't go in and actually? Oh my God! I stomp over.
Are you gonna go try to open it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you go on in as the door kind of as you get close, you have to press it.
I'm not tampering. I'm just opening it to make.
I mean, out of character is a vehicle like this, opening the door, is that something that, someone could remotely be made aware of immediately?
So I would say out of character and both in character and out, sorry. You're a bounty hunter, man. You know tons of stuff. Can be tripwires. Yeah. Your engineer can tell you, your mechanical engineer, demolitionist, can very easily tell you, man, if it's hooked up. Right. The beauty of the Star Wars universe is everything's on Wi-Fi, so it could be. It could not be also. It could just be what it is. But it's good to be cautious.
All right, so door opens, no problem.
Yeah, you go in.
Go into the cockpit.
Things look well worn. I wouldn't say, again, dirty at all. Dusty. Definitely dirty and worn. This is probably not the, fresh off the slot material. The seats kind of have a few sewn parts missing. You can see that they've been,
So it's well used.
Well used.
Okay.
It looks stuff as you begin. Are you going to actually press buttons? And power
no,
it up?
when Locke hears the door open, he's going to yell out, "I told you no tampering!" And that includes pressing any buttons.
All right, I'm going to stick my head out. How are we going to know if it starts if I don't start it? I'm standing there with my head sticking out of the door.
If you start it, you're going to give away our intentions here.
Hold on a second. They know we're here.
How?
Because Because we just walked in with an ATT. The door opened. The lights went on.
All right, I'm not equipped for this.
I'm staring out of
I'm gonna walk towards the lift.
He's walking away, so I'm going to quickly run in and start it up. I hope.
I hear dice. I hear dice.
Can I get 2 more yellow dice, please? And can I get 1 more purple?
Oh,
Well, that's a good thing,
It's a
right?
good thing. It's a
the
difficult.
It's
2
purple.
yellow dice.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a 2 yellow and a purple, which is better than just 2 yellow.
Okay.
Does it start up?
Sorry, you were trying to press buttons and start it up.
Not press buttons. Start it.
Boom. As you start it, it like it flickers on to, and for a second it's
And it just shut off.
and it kind of like stutters for a second as you're like press it one more time, maybe like hit it. All of a sudden, it's like, as it begins to lift, it's like as it sputters. The lights kick on inside the cabin. You can see behind you. This is legitimately just a bus. It's seats for 10. They're pretty much like military APCs on the side.
It appears to start up.
It appears to start up
be
and
run.
works. The monitor screen is reading everything's green. Last activated about what we would know would be the equivalent of about a month ago.
Okay.
So
Turn it
Locke
up.
looks at Victus, and I mean, he just kind of mumbles almost to himself, but also to Victus, like, I would think turning it on counts as tampering, maybe, but maybe that's not what Grist people's definition of the word tampering is. Was there some sort of misunderstanding, or did I miss anything?
I just stare at you blankly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right,
Turn it off.
I'm gonna ready my assault rifle, my auto kit.
This whole time, by the way, I'm like
blaster rifle.
I'm like walking forward and like looking around and actually like assessing this fucking place
Gotcha.
instead of
Yeah.
walking and yelling.
I'm not yelling. I'm just.
But you guys were yelling.
I did yell, and then I realized Chris wasn't going to listen.
You were both
So-
yelling.
While you guys are having this talk, Victus, you're looking around. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Nope. I'm looking for this one Geno Hilrick so I can not kill him.
I'm gonna get a choke on that.
Yeah. I have to capture him and then get out of here. So I'm just looking around for like a door that says, Med Lab.
All you see is the cargo. That's the only way down that you can see.
And it said Med Lab on
And
the front of the
it's-
building.
Right. But like, is it further down? Is there, or
Yeah,
do I see a
We're
wall?
in the med lab.
It's a little further down, but it's essentially like a miner's lift. There's like a multiple chain link kind of grate. You can slide it open.
And that's at the end of this? Perfect. I'm walking towards that then.
While that's going on, you guys are having an argument, Grist. All of a sudden, you feel something bite your leg. Take 4 damage.
Does that
Pierce
take
two.
off soak?
Yes, because it's pierce 2, so it immediately pierces through 2 soak.
Okay.
So now add whatever your soak is minus 2.
Okay.
Add 2 damage.
Got it.
So now it's 4 damage directly. So whatever you had.
Take
That's
2
very-
off the
that was
soak.
very unclear.
You're right. You're right. That
Take
was
2 armor piercing. Take 2 off
It
the
could not
soak.
have been less unclear.
Guys. All right. So pierce. So what is your soak?
4.
Okay, minus 2.
Right. Got it.
Right.
So take 2 damage. Got
Yes.
it. Yes. All
There
right.
we go. Thank you. You were right though. As you look down, you see this kind of like black cat-like thing. It's 4 little legs. Its ears are. It's its large jaw, and I say large because it's in comparison to you, but to everyone else, it's about the size of a house cat.
Nobody's there with him.
It's a monkey ring.
It's a monkey
You know
face
what it is?
rancor.
No, I don't actually.
Okay. I won't.
It's a monkey face rancor. Why are you upset with it? You brought it into this world.
Anything you say can and will be used against
It
you.
bit your leg and it kind of like is growling while it's doing it. You can see its little paws have like sharpened claws,
Aw.
and its tail has like wiggling around as this puff of black fur. And this thing looks like it was probably black, maybe like black and brownish, but more black, less calico.
Okay.
As it's sitting there like growling and biting at you, trying to like pull you down.
Okay. I'm shooting.
Okay. You guys hear Grist be like, ow! And then go ahead and shoot it. You are in engaged range, so it's close range, so it's going to be 2 difficulty, 2 purple.
Okay.
I need you to add 1 black, because this thing does have natural armor.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, 3 failures.
Nice! This thing's doing well
3
already.
failures, and I get to deal with 2 strain. So that's
All
good.
right. Okay, so you guys hear a blaster go boom. What are you guys doing?
God damn it.
We're gonna have to go over there to see that Grist is okay.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Are you continuing?
I hear. I just keep going towards the elevator.
All right, Jimothy, you were pretty close. You
Yeah,
going?
I'm gonna turn around. Can I see him just by?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you were essentially because you were standing outside, I imagined, of the open door watching Grist. Is probably just a safety means. Yeah, you see him. Some type of strange cat-like creature is biting his leg.
It wasn't my fault.
And he's shooting at us. It's like every time it shoots, it like quick jumps left and right.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a grenade and look at it and
Nope.
kind of look over
Nope.
at Grist
Nope.
and put it back,
That would be tampering.
and then pick up a stun grenade and look at it and kind of look at Grist. No. And then I'm gonna bring up my 5 pistol.
Okay.
I bad shot, but we'll try.
You cast correctly.
I stand very still.
All right, try to shoot it.
That's a 2, right?
Yep, 2 difficulty. Yes, only because you're in. Actually, no, yours is.
Am I short range?
You're in short range because you're technically outside of this room.
Okay. So
1 difficulty.
Yep.
What'd the cat do to you?
Bit me.
yeah, I hit him.
Yeah.
You tampered with
Did you
it.
add the 1 black because of his natural?
Oh,
armor?
you know, shice,
Before
I
we
did.
finish, I apologize.
No, I apologize. Yeah, I still hit him.
Damn it.
You should be sorry.
I
All right, how much did you hit him for?
3.
Oh, thank goodness.
What is the damage from the pest?
Oh yeah, 5.
Plus 3 successes. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with you?
What do you mean? What's wrong with
And you're
me?
like, don't worry, like, bad shot, and you like aim down as you like, boom. Yeah, you hit it square in the eyes. Like the thing goes, "Rah!" and kind of like lets him go and falls as it sizzles.
I kick it out the
Shot a house
door.
cat, by the
Yeah,
way.
you shot a
Oh
you shot a loth cat. You're
Yeah. You
terrible.
know those? You ever seen Star Wars Rebels?
Yeah.
no.
No.
Oh, there's these
Those-
cute cats that have big old mouths. Yeah, it's
You
that,
shot this.
It's that little thing on the left. It's in case you
Oh my gosh, I'm a monster.
You guys shot a house cat.
Those are so
So I
cute.
booted out of
on the fall. They're like
the thing.
Yeah, as you like kick it out. Oh.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
harmless.
It's
And then-
probably a good thing I didn't have that out of game knowledge, or else I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Correct.
I
They only
turned
attack
off.
children.
Really? They only attack children? This
No,
is
I mean
sounding
it's,
better and
it
better.
only children. It would be a threat to only children.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
okay.
They're not terrible.
So I turn off.
So,
So I turn
wait a
off the
minute.
machine.
What if
and
this cat that I just shot is Dr. Redacted's, Mr. Bigglesworth?
What the hell is it doing inside this thing? There's no other way in the door. You think it
we're
pushed its
so
way in the
fucked.
door?
Maybe.
No,
It
it's
could
been
be.
starving in here. It was crazed. It attacked me. And I'm shutting the door.
My predecessor attacked me. A proto-grist.
And I'm walking towards the elevator.
Okay. As you exit out, do any of you check the vehicle or just you're like, hey, it's on, it's running?
No, and I turned it off.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Turn it off.
I'm-
Go out. Shut the door. Because I don't want any more of these cats getting in there. I don't know how the hell it stayed in there for a month without food, but I'm not worried about that. And I'm stim packing myself on the way over.
Excellent. It is a new day, so if you used a stim pack for it's been 24 hours.
Nope.
Grist is gonna get space rabies.
And what's it? And what does the stim pack do?
The stim pack is 5 HP, and next time you use it, it's going to be 4, and every time subsequent, it'll be 1 less.
Good. No, that's good.
How do you reset that?
Wait 24 hours. Essentially, you have too much just mixture of drugs and
And it doesn't do anything for strain.
Nope. The only way to
Is
heal
there a
strain, heal rest.
Yeah.
The other thing you could do is you remember you guys did have drugs on your ship, Galaxy Blue, that allows you to not spend strain for an entire session, but it's highly addictive.
And it's back on the ship.
And it's back on the ship. I
Okay.
don't know why you guys don't want to run around with pure, adrenaline.
So as I come over,
Space
is
meth.
Victus,
You don't
as
wanna
I'm
do that.
hitting myself, is Victus getting into the lift?
Yeah, as you open it, as you get close, Victus, you can see that, again, this thing, the first thing you notice is it's definitely old, but the familiar smell of, dried blood kind of fills your nostrils. As you can see it begins to open, you can see that there's, where there would have been, grips that maybe your guess, and you've seen it before, where people grip too tightly because they want to not go somewhere.
Yeah, the grip of the desperate.
Yep.
So yeah, I get in. I'm assuming Locke's the only one there right now.
Who's
because everyone
coming
else
up,
is
yeah.
having their misadventure.
And did we hear, like, after the door opened, we heard, like,
Yep.
a hiss, and then Grist go, ow! And then a blaster shot, and the cat go,
Real quickly, you
Did we hear any of that?
Yeah, you were like, don't touch this. All of a sudden you hear, ow! Bam! And then you hear,
Good shot.
and then you hear, don't worry, I'm not a good shot. Boom! And then you hear, boom! And then you just hear the body get kicked out, and you see this black house cat thing get kicked out, and you're like, oh my god.
And then if you see me walking over,
He's
I'm
like
stim packing
he's like
myself.
stim
up
packing
walking
and
towards
like
you guys.
hobbling as he's trying to like catch up to you
Right,
guys.
like mid trot.
Yeah.
I'm in the elevator. I'm pressing the button.
Oh no, it's going down. Can't hold
And if
it
he
over.
makes it before the door, he makes it before the door. But if not, like
It's an old mining elevator.
It's an old mining.
I'll make it.
Yeah. All of you get on, and as you kind of like, it goes like closes, like, and you begin to go down the shaft. As, of course, there's lights to indicate just keep it lit.
It would have bit anybody that got on there, not just me.
As you
And
guys
at least now we know.
That it's not on there anymore.
That
Right.
the-
Thank you,
that-
Grist, right?
that it
By the way,
wasn't
thank you,
booby
Jimothy.
trapped.
Yep.
maybe that was the booby trap. I just leave house cats everywhere. You guys are just invading the crazy person's house.
It was insane. It was a crazed creature. It had been in there for at least a month. It was starving.
Grist, we
I
don't want to hear
understand.
your excuses. We just want to get the mission done with.
As the elevator lowers down, you can see that on one side is kind of like the metal that holds the shaft together and holds the elevator to it to like slide it down. The rest is stone that has been hewn out and cut down. It looks like this was definitely built, whether this was crafted for Dr. Redacted, as you were calling him, or if this was a base that maybe he took over, who knows. But as it lowers down, you can see on the back side, it opens up. So you enter from the front or exiting out the back. You can see what opens up is into a much larger area. There's faded light, not as well lit as the hangar. There seems to just be kind of like pale mist that hangs low. The smell of waste, of rot and food hangs about. You can see that there were computers that are destroyed. You can see blood smatters across the ground.
Is this recent stuff?
This looks dried and old. You can see a few lab tables if you guys step out a second. You don't have to go too far, but just you kind of like take that one step out. You can see that there were experimentation lab tables, like lamps over them. Things were knocked over, broken vats where things were probably like taken care of and monitored, hanging cords and all that. To your right and left, there look to be doors, and further from when you first came down, so like a T, there appears to be a much, not, I wouldn't say like a hangar door, but a much thicker dual-sided door that could open, leading further in. What do you guys do?
Does the mist come up very high? I mean, it's low on the ground?
It's
or-
low on the ground. Essentially, like, just think maybe above, like, not above the ankle, but above, like, the foot.
Yeah, we'll
So-
start going in.
What about you, Hunter? What are you up to?
Yeah, I suppose I would follow Grist's lead. Not Grist.
Locke.
Locke's lead. Grist's lead would
So-
get me bit by a cat.
No, yeah, right. Well, the question I have is, like, we hacked the drone, but is the drone still following
Yep.
us, recording
You
our
still have
progress?
your body.
So, like, can I, like, kind of break the fourth wall and, like, you know, face the drone and be like, timeout? You know?
Hold up!
Or like-
Wait a minute!
or like I can be
Something ain't
like,
right!
You know, this is totally a trap, but this isn't a trap because if you know you're walking into a trap, then it's a face-off.
You absolutely...
Nice!
Excellent roll.
Who the hell are you talking to?
You absolutely...
Talk to
You're
the
absolutely
viewers.
good. He's talking to the viewers. Excellent.
Trap
Excellent.
isn't a
Locke.
trap if you know you're walking into the
You
trap.
know what? Locke?
Okay.
Good job. No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, makes sense. Makes sense. Do you think I'll get any
This is
extra
totally a
points?
trap.
Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of describing, you're like, hey, on an average bounty hunting mission, this is clearly a trap.
I'm doing the yeah. Yeah. I'm doing the cops, you know,
Yeah.
type of narration. Yeah,
Well,
like, you know,
doctor-
we know this should be a trap, but we know it's a trap, so the trap's not a trap.
Yeah, we've been to his house before a couple of times. These- okay. Yeah, so it's definitely eerie. What do you guys do? Do you go further in? Do you go left or right? Do you go straight down and further into the...
Is there any kind of wall unit? Computer unit, something
There
like
are. They're kind of broken out. Maybe you could salvage one if you wanted to try to spend the time on it.
No. No. So what is the plan, Locke? Are we gonna just like?
The plan was to not let them know we were coming, but that's already been blown.
I'm gonna say it again.
So now we're just gonna walk up there and we're gonna take him with us and we're gonna leave.
Okay.
And we're gonna do our best to keep Victus from ripping his eyeballs out.
What do you want to rip his eyeballs out for?
It's not him whose eyeballs need to be ripped out.
Oh yeah, right. The red eye thing with the orange irises. Okay. Well,
Despair.
yeah, that. So, Locke, are we going forward?
What other way do we have to go?
Well, left or right?
No. Going forward.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
As you guys head forward, you're heading to that, I'm assuming, opposite side door. As you guys head forward, all of a sudden you hear like something knock over one of the tables, and you see a figure dart out and then kind of like hide behind a pillar as you hear that like a quick feet pattern. That.
What kind of light sources do we have? Oh.
What type of light sources do we have besides light? It gets that nice, red light in here. It's just that emergency.
We don't have like flashlights on our guns or nothing.
The moment that thing goes,
We should get that.
Yeah,
knock, is when it comes out, and the blade is
Yeah.
pointed towards that, like the pillar.
Yeah.
Something's behind a pillar.
yeah. It's not well hidden.
Show yourself now.
Or it could be
you
one of
intimidated?
could be one of the cat creatures.
Would you like to, or do you just commanding it to come out? Where are you?
Just commanding it. I'm not. No,
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not trying to intimidate. I'm just. If it's sentient, it'll come out. If not, it dies. That's
That's
Victus.
a fair thing.
It's Victus's rationale.
As you say that, it clearly you can sense that you're like, hey, this thing seems to definitely know what's going on. As you kind of like first looks out like from like that pillar, you see this eye come out, and it looks to be like a humanoid face. Something's odd about it because it's wearing this cowl, like kind of like hung over. Definitely dirty, like rotty clothes that are scraps put together. As it kind of leans out, you can see what was odd about it is its humanoid lips, like a human's lips, go way too wide, and you can see that its gum line is very high up, and there's way too many teeth that are way too razor sharp. As the hand kind of like comes over, you can see this large, like cat-palmed talon kind of do it as it kind of like slinks out. It's about 6'5", this kind of like diamond figure, muscular under this torn clothes. You can see through it that where human skin should be is almost like fur with like a skin line on it. The bones to like the legs don't bend quite right. They bend opposite, more like bipedal,
Like a feline.
like a feline. There's no tail, but this creature's eyes, you begin to also know as you see from like the cowl coming up, 2 human eyes and then an extra eye on its left of a red eye. This at first kind of gets you concerned, and then you realize what this looks like. It looks like some type of Nexu cat mixed with a human. As it's sitting there
Like,
Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
can you understand me?
Anybody know what it is?
As you ask that, it kind of sits there and it's like looking around at you. It looks like it's trying to talk as its mouth is like opening, like hinging as it's like.
Hold on a second.
Do you mean us harm?
Hold on a sec. I got a better way. Grab out the bag of dog treats.
You have dog treats?
I have the bag of dog treats.
Okay, are you going to try to feed it?
I'm going to take a handful over towards it. I'm going to take a step towards it.
Grist,
Open
what
my
are you
hand.
doing?
I'm going to try and make friends with it.
Oh my god.
Either it's a threat or it's a distraction. Now let's keep moving.
It definitely ain't okay. As you ask it, it can see each other, and its vocal cords you can see in its like neck are thick like a toad's, as it's just like.
He's saying it's hungry.
As you step forward with food, how are you trying to feed this?
With my hand flat out.
Okay.
Savas don't bite, so
You just
maybe
got
it's the same.
bit by a creature.
Because I let it see my feet.
Just let him learn.
Wow. As you kind of like stick your hand out, you can see it's like human eyes are looking. That red eye seems to kind of like look back and forth between the rest of you. And then it kind of like crouches down like it's trying to meet Grist. And then it pounces at him. Clearly it missed aim because it went over and like scuttle, like, cats when they get on like linoleum. It kind of like scritches, hits one of the other lab things over. It overshot Grist. It nulled missed.
But it attacked him.
It attacked him. It leaped at him. It clearly had its talons as...
Damn fool. And I push I push Grist out of the way of it.
Physical push? Force
No,
push?
force push. I don't realize the attack's not gonna miss. This
Yeah.
is just
It-
the
it
moment I see it
clearly
pounce, like,
pounced.
damn fool, and I push, like, shove him.
Beautiful. Okay.
Slide across.
Hey, I'm spilling the dog treats!
Yeah. Guys, roll me initiative. So remember, this would be a cool or vigilance if you were preparing for this.
Of course, now.
Vigilance. As well.
2 successes.
All right, so starting left, what did we get?
2 successes.
2 successes, 1 advantage.
3 successes, 2 advantage.
2 successes.
Okay, so it's all of you guys and then my creature.
What?
It's so weird. This creature
Everyone's so good.
Everyone's so good. This creature was really meant to just ambush, and it did it real bad. So how do you want to go in your order? Remember, you get a pick for this round. Who wants to act first? Essentially, it sounds like Victus
Lock
wanted to
is
go
last.
first.
Grist's problem.
So,
No, I just got shoved out of the way. I'm trying to grab dog treats and shove them back in the bag. No, I'm assuming Victus first.
Yeah, I think Victus should go first, given he rolled the 3 and 2.
Whatever works.
so Victus first, then I'm assuming Utini
Lock is
second,
last.
and then Grist, and then... Because Grist just got pushed, I'm assuming that's how it worked. Okay, so start us off, Victus. This creature is closer to you. It wasn't aiming for you, but it was aiming for your edible snack.
Like, does
carrying-
it have an outfit on or anything? Or
Yeah,
is
it
got a
looks
suit.
like
It does
humanoid
have a suit.
clothes
Okay.
that maybe it grew too big into.
Okay.
And then has been kind of stitched together and just strapped around.
So as it comes lunging out at Grist, I force shove Grist to the side.
Yep.
It comes like its nails
It's
on the
skidding like
concrete.
You can see it leaving marks.
Yeah. So as it comes sliding by, just like with my left hand, I push Grist, and with my right hand, I just bring up my spear and try to slice it as it like goes by. Like
Yep.
if it's not sliding by me, I'll run forward and do
Yeah.
like a half step to
Love it.
like uppercut it.
Love it. Yeah. Just
What am I
using it
rolling
to-
against?
You're going to be engaged in melee range, so it's going to be that 2 difficulty.
Just 2 purple.
Yep, 2 purple.
Nothing else?
It doesn't have any natural armor for this. And then any benefit you have based on, like if you have a custom hilt or anything that gives you that.
No, but I do have my Makashi style, which is
Yep.
if it's a one-on-one fight, I add a blue.
So far it is. Good call.
Yep. Here we go. Let's see
Dueling a
it.
cat person.
Yeah, I am.
Really cat mutant.
Yeah. There we go.
Catman.
So 1 threat, 5 success. So the one, that's the one. That's going to. I can't activate any of my special abilities because I don't have any advantages. But I'm going to take a strain, and it is going to be 5 plus 8, so 13. Breach 1 is always active, so
Yep. So it just loses 10 soak.
yep. It pierces 10 soak, and then it.
Is that just for your turn? Or is that for our turns too?
What do you mean?
In general, should you, now that you have your lightsaber, should you always be going first?
He's asking about your Makashi Duelist.
The breach aspect of it, does that only affect?
Oh no! So
Are you destroying their
No, so that's
armor?
sunder, and I have to spend
Okay,
advantage
sunder.
to
Okay.
destroy armor.
Okay, I couldn't remember what was what. Okay,
Very,
but
very
still,
good
typically you have the ability to make to reduce their soak before we attack.
Correct.
So tactically, that's
Makes sense.
But again, how much has Locke seen a lightsaber?
no.
But
right.
additionally, too, I only can destroy armor if he is just a beast with natural soak. I can't do anything against that.
Fair enough.
Okay, 13 damage, breach 1.
Ooh, 13 damage, breach 1, so minus 10. Yeah, so describe this to me.
So yeah, it comes sliding by. I push Grist out of the way. I slice up with the blade. I don't know what I cut.
You cut, so essentially this thing's, remember, humanoid, it's essentially its butt turned towards you
Yeah,
as
it's a
kinda
nasty
sliding.
hybrid creature. It's
You're cutting from essentially like hip up, I would imagine, is where like how I imagine you here. Do you like slide or do you just put it out and like
no, it's up.
drag?
It's an up slice.
Ooh, yeah, then you cleave through like hip, from right hip to left shoulder as the thing kind of like burns out. As it falls to the ground, like shaking for a moment, the legs just kind of slump. The thing perspires and dies. As you just cut it in half. You just cut a man thing in half.
Yeah.
I hope that
Locke
wasn't
just
our
keeps
target.
walking forward. He hardly pays attention. He's just angry that Grist doesn't seem to learn his lessons or listen.
You got dog treats over the floor. You got this.
My
burning
dog
dead
treats! He's
smell
picking them up.
Batman.
Like marbles. My blue eyes.
All right, what are the rest of you guys up to?
Like I said, like Locke's just walking.
Walking through the door.
I'll follow Locke.
All right, Grist, you're picking up your dog treats.
Well,
following
I pick up a few of them and then realize they're walking away and just close the bag and put it back in. I marked that some of them are gone.
All right, yeah, you lost about 3. Lost about 3 there. Yeah, as you guys continue on, this one opens up more into, you would imagine, a large square area. Think more like a rec yard. At first, there's a few chairs that have been kind of broken and strewn. In the center, there appears to be what looks like would have been like equipment, like workout equipment. There's probably like some broken weights, things like that. There's a couple of like balls, childlike things. To your right is a large like glass window that has been destroyed. It's just wall next to it. To your left is a door. Across the way is yet another door. In here, the ceiling goes to about 15-20 feet. You can see that benches have been destroyed. You can see that crates have been torn open and knocked over. You can see some of the lighting is flickering. The northeast corner is kind of blackened out. This one is very easy to see. You see 2 individuals on the ground and 2 individuals hanging from the ceiling where some of the broken cords and lights are, like hanging from an air vent. These ones, again, look humanoid, but they have 4 arms each. 2 from the regular and then 2 from like their lower ribs. Their skin's a little bit red. Their ears are kind of longer, as they're kind of like something like, as they turn to look at you.
Oh God.
These things have like, their hair has kind of like meshed down into this long beard. Their jaws have grown thick and big. Their arms, you can tell, are way meatier. This is closer to like Wookiee size arms than human arms. Their fingers are way too elongated. Almost looks like it has an extra 2 or 3 joints. As they're hanging from like one arm with 3 down, the 2 on the ground like quickly turn and look at you guys. What are you guys doing?
I am tired of this shit. So, I am hopefully going to turn on a force power. Good lord.
Dark side.
Yeah, I'm dark side point.
Using again. Grist is just giving in. He's getting absorbed by the hatred.
And
yes.
So I'm gonna let that go. What I'm gonna utilize that for is when the force user makes a combat check, he upgrades the ability check once, and then I have the ability that says I can trigger it an additional time, so I do it twice, and I can do it 2 times. So
Okay.
And I'm shooting it.
Okay. So you're going to shoot one on the
I'm gonna
ground
shoot
or
one.
one in the
Now,
ceiling?
how does multiple shots work? Can I do multiple shots?
Only if your gun has that ability.
Auto fire.
I don't think I do.
So, 2 things. There's 2 ways it can be done. If your gun has the ability auto fire, it can fire a second one, but you have to activate it with advantages.
Okay, don't have that.
If you have 2 guns and they're what's
Alright.
called linked,
Gotcha.
they can be fired together.
And I don't have that. I'm shooting one.
One on the ground, one on the ceiling. Which ones?
One on the ground.
Okay. You are not engaged. You're about at average distance. So this would be medium distance. So that's a 2 difficulty.
Well, 1 failure, and I
Keep shooting.
deal
Eventually,
one
you'll
more
hit
suck.
something.
Yep.
1 failure, 1 soak. What about the rest of you? You guys kind of got the ambush on them. Did you unignite your saber?
Nope.
Nope.
Sure
You're
have.
like, it's on this whole time now.
Yeah.
It's drawn blood.
If it's, I would say if
We've been, greater than 5 minutes between combat, then I'll come down. But especially if it's low illumination, it is also just a walking glow stick.
Totally. Makes sense. Locke, you up to anything?
Well, typically, in his hunts, Locke doesn't know nor care what the acquisition did or is wanted for. But in this particular case, I'm sort of starting to come around to the fact that I'm going to really enjoy bringing this guy in, and not only that, but I'm going to enjoy putting out of their misery whatever atrocities he seems to have created here, outside of the watchful eye of a more responsible authority of some sort. So I am charging up my blaster rifle, just getting ready to lay down some.
Right. Victus, anything?
Lay down some fire.
Nope. I'm waiting until they come in close. Are they within charging range?
Yeah, you could charge them because essentially they're within charging range. So I would say yeah.
I just kind of side-eye Grist and see if he says anything within like half a second if he reacts.
Nope.
Not Grist. I
you
keep saying
shot
Grist.
this.
At Locke.
Yeah.
So Locke would kind of, if I could, try to give
Just a hand signal is all I need.
just like a almost like a wait for it kind
Oh
of.
yeah,
look.
okay. That's what I assume. Just like a 2 fingers like this.
Yeah.
Are you guys standing
That's
like
perfect,
four?
yeah. That's something we should probably discuss.
Are you standing four
between.
crossed? Like, how did you?
I'm staying side by side with Locke. I don't know
Yeah.
where
Okay.
everyone else is.
And Grist, I imagine you came up the back, so you're kind of behind them.
I would have stepped forward and taken the shot.
Okay. And then Jimothy, what about you?
I am readying my grenades. I'm gonna throw once they get within range.
Okay. They are within range if you want to throw.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll lob one. Let's see. I'm feeling kind of plasma-y today.
Just, you know what you need to do is numerically order your grenades and roll a die to find out what grenade you pull out of a bag and throw it. So it's a random grenade every
That's
time.
actually pretty cool. I like that idea.
It's a confetti grenade. Shit! Why do I put those in there? Just to spice up life. You never know.
I like that.
Just a little
idea.
thing go. All this confetti and like a little kazoo comes out.
Let's see. I have 1 success and
Obviously, Jimothy didn't
2
get the hand
advantage.
signal.
Okay.
What? No.
Success kicks off. So, what are you aiming for? Are you aiming for one of the 2 hanging or the 2 that are together?
2 that are on the ground.
Okay. Awesome. Does your advantage allow you to do anything? What would you like to do with it?
No, it isn't enough to activate my crit or any of the other stuff
Okay.
attached to it.
So you're hitting one of them. Tell me that damage.
That'd be 12 plus 3 is 15.
Jesus. 15. All right.
What kind of grenade is this?
Plasma.
Oh, these are the super good grenades.
Yeah, I don't
That
have
makes
very
sense.
many of them.
Yeah, that's why it does so much. I was like, why does your grenade do so much? Damn. As you throw it, describe this to me. You didn't kill the creature, but what does this look like?
It didn't kill him. Well, Jimothy just does his typical wind up with a quick little glance to make sure everybody's looking at him. And the explosion
It's like a
that's going to
child,
come
be
up.
like, watch me, Dad. Watch me.
Exactly. Lobs it. It hits the horriblin or whatever this thing is right in the kisser.
Is it like hits like touches the face?
Yeah. And the
as-
plasma arcs around in kind of liquid lightning
Ooh,
type
love it.
thing.
As the thing, like you throw it, it's like its face. It's at first you could tell it might have been a female at one time, but the features have been so monstrously changed. As it hits against her like way too big jaw, it like wraps around her. The flame kind of engulfs the other ones. The other one next to it for a second, you're like, oh cool, I got it. And then as the flames kind of die down, things like as it begins to roar. Guys, roll me that initiative again.
Word.
Word. What is it? Ooh, they're gonna take that. They're gonna take it. Yep. They're gonna take it.
No, but I can't do it, everyone, when I'm attacking.
Oh.
That's right. I need to do it. Okay. Starting with our left, what do we got?
2 success, 1 advantage.
2 success, 1 advantage.
2 success, 1 advantage.
3 success, 2 advantage.
1 advantage.
Okay. Ty, I'm gonna say this. So one of my guys got 1 triumph, 1 success.
Ooh. Yeah,
Um,
give it to him.
But you got the 3 success, 2 advantage. I'm going to say the triumph is a critical, but 3 success and 2 advantage essentially I feel like could be. I think your 1 more advantage gives you that, so I would say you guys get that spot.
Okay. How many are there?
4 of them.
And they're all like.
2 on the ground, 2 up high.
Right, but are they aesthetically similar to each other?
Yes.
Like, okay.
They all look
They're
to
not
have
like each
this-
a different animal creature.
No. They all look to be these 4-armed, kind of
pig.
red-skinned humanoid creatures that appear way more muscular.
A little more consistency with
A
these.
little bit more
Yeah.
ragged and torn.
They're from the same generation.
They were test tube siblings. Why is his nose like that? He was pushed a little too hard up against the test tube glass. Did you get that reference?
I did. I thought it was just a joke.
No. It's from Futurama.
Oh man!
You guys ever watch Futurama?
Yeah, but
It's been a minute.
The scientist creates a clone of himself.
But when he creates a clone,
And
right?
he's got a pig nose. And
I
he's
did-
like, why is his
I-
nose different from yours? He's like,
Yeah.
oh, he got pushed a little too hard up against
No,
the
I-
test tube glass. He's got a pig
I
nose.
forgot about that.
Okay,
I
so
just could. My memory's not that sharp. I just can't
No
place
worries.
it like that.
here we go. So it's going to
Very
be
impressive.
enemy, 1 of your team members.
Okay.
Enemy, 2 of your team members. Enemy, 1 of your team members. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. So, because my guys are all essentially the same, they're going to act in their order. Who would like to go first for your team for this round?
So the point Locke was trying to make, and I'm not sure that Victus will understand this, but Locke was basically trying to say, like, let them charge through our blaster fire, and then you take care of the one that gets through. instead of you run off on your own and then we'll start shooting at whatever.
Right.
But I don't know if he'll understand that or not, which leads me to make a mental note that, on our next set of downtime, we're going to discuss team tactics, and we're going to come up with a standard operating procedure for this kind of thing. But for now, we just have to survive.
No, without Josh saying anything, my thought was I don't want to be the first one because I need to give him cover, so I'm going to stay right next to him, and I'm going to wait until someone comes to us, basically.
Okay.
So I'll go probably third.
Third? Okay, 1, 2, 3. So that'd be Vic. All right, so who would like that?
I'll go first.
Okay, Grist.
Just so you know, too, if anyone tries to attack, my Force Pike, one of its traits is defensive.
Ooh.
So
very important. I will have someone attack.
Yeah.
So is
Thank you
Victus
for
kind of
reminding
like
that
out
of me.
front and in some way?
No, I'm
like-
side by side with you, but
Yeah.
my Force Pike, it's how they basically put in reach. Is it represents I can kind of block someone from a distance, so it's just defensive.
Cool.
Okay. So we have Grist first, no one for your second, Victus third, and no one
Yeah.
for your fourth. Locke, do you want to take second? or-
Grist, Locke, Victus, Jimothy. Since Jimothy just threw.
Okay. Not a problem. So,
So freaking feel terrible. I murdered one.
Are you looking at the cat
Okay.
picture?
It was
they're so
self-defense.
cute. They're so cute.
freaking cute.
So those two down, the one that just
True.
took the grenade and got shot at, the female, the three others look male. Female kind of one comes charging forward. So what does your defensive do as she is aiming for Grist in front of you? Is Grist within reach of your defensive?
I don't know. I don't know where Grist is.
He is technically, I would say, we'd
I just
argue,
stepped forward and took a
step
shot.
forward, so about like 3 feet in front of you, maybe 5 feet. We want to make it easy for grid-based. This first one's going for Grist.
Yep, it just gives the defensive quality, increases the defense. Yeah, increases my defense by 1.
All right, this one's going for Grist. Grist, as this creature comes charging toward you, kind of grunting and snarling. You see she kind of runs. Her legs are a little small. Her arms are too big as they kind of like gorilla pull herself towards you. As she does, she kind of like lifts herself up, bringing her hand to hit you down. As she brings her fist down, she hits you for 11 points of damage. As she punches you like pretty much down into the ground and begins to like slap the ground like as she like pounds her chest, roaring, enticing the others to like a frenzy. She's adding a blue from her advantage to them. The person next to her charged past you to go towards Locke.
Dave makes these little noises, and you can't help but wonder, like, is
What's
he saying
going
that
on?
because it's good,
It's,
or because it's
interesting.
bad?
It's interesting.
Oh yeah, but good or bad could be interesting.
That's true. That's true.
But it increases the tension of the moment for sure. Quit chuckling.
I'm trying to
No more nodding.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm joking. It's funny though.
Oh, okay. Okay, so as it comes running towards you, this one, you can clearly see the female is slamming Grist to the ground, like punch. You're kind of like disoriented for a second. You're like, wait,
Kind
what?
of deserves that.
And then you get clocked in the jaw. Imagine as it hits against you. This thing hits with the force of a freight train, hitting you for 8. Actually, do you have any armor on still?
Yes.
That's perfect. Let me add that black. Okay, that doesn't change much. You're getting hit for 8 damage. As it hits you so hard, the hand kind of goes through you, and it's hitting Victus next. As using its critical special ability, forearmed, I get to, if I hit you, I can use 2 of my successes, 2 of my advantage to attack the target next to you.
Uh-oh.
If I make a successful roll, I get to deal the exact same amount of damage.
Ooh,
So, let's do this.
these things are nasty.
These things, what are you
And there's
talking
4
about?
of them?
They're fun. There's 4 of them. What's wrong, guys? What's wrong? I don't
I
understand.
can never die. As I charge in and die.
It's on a successful melee attack to hit a second target engaged with it, dealing the same damage as dealt to the original.
This is adding the extra black.
More bombs, Jim.
Yeah, it's going to do well. It definitely hits easily.
How much damage?
You're taking 8. The thing is, it says with equal damage, so I don't get to add its successes or anything. But
Right.
he got hit with 8, so you're getting hit with 8. Cool. I really wish I
Did
could
it-
use my advantage.
Did it knock us off of our feet or anything, or does it?
You felt like if it didn't try to hit you and Victus, you definitely would probably feel disoriented and prone.
Oh.
It hit you hard. Victus, as you
I
kind
see
of
what
like
you did there.
you kind of
It's
like
like-
saw it hit him. You're like, boom.
Well,
you
like
kinda
my
get
armor
caught
took
in
the
it.
most of it, and then like I like knock back and slide back on my heels a few feet, and I look over and Victus is like smash across the room.
All right, Grist, you're up. You are engaged with this creature.
Okay,
Do you take him to be roughly what it does?
so I need to get away from this thing.
Whatever will get us out of this.
So what I'm thinking is I am going to grab the bag of red crystal sand bag that I've got, the red crystal sand, and I'm bashing it in the face with that opened.
You're gonna hit it with. Oh, you're hitting it with the drug dust.
Oh!
And then I am
Okay,
running
wait.
away.
Why?
1 second, sir. Let me pull this. I was not
What kind of
expecting.
drug? What does that drug do again?
I don't care.
Chaos
is it?
theory.
I don't know.
I need to
What
look it
if
up
it
real
makes him
fast.
And that's how we had a total party kill. Fucking messed up space monkey.
It's like, yeah,
I love it.
it's like PCP.
Beautiful job.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
just doesn't feel
So,
pain anymore.
You get to
He
roll
keeps
the
going.
hit.
He should have been dead like 10 blasts ago.
It's 2 hits. Or sorry, it's 2 purple. You don't have any of your team with you.
Basically, I look at it as dirty fighting. I'm throwing sand in his face. Just
yeah,
sand from this bag.
Sand. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm whack. I'm open bag thunk.
I'm gonna laugh if it's a love potion.
I know it's not that, but I'm thinking it disorients for a little bit. Even if it's the oh yeah, it's gonna be disoriented for at least a little bit.
I mean, how long does it take also to kick in? It could be like in 2 minutes.
Right.
Which is like 12 rounds of
Well,
combat.
if nothing else, I want it to be pulling shit out of its eyes.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Meanwhile, poor David's
Cool.
having to quickly scramble
Yeah.
to do
Right.
research.
What's this drug do?
Okay, I know what it does.
With
Yeah,
this
this is great. No, this is gonna be cool. So you roll. So you're 2 purple plus your stuff. I'm gonna say a blue because you're hitting it with like an open bag. Like you're not trying to damage it so much. It's essentially just a brawl check.
Okay.
All right, because you're essentially like slapping it with this bag.
Right.
Go for it. I hope it hits. This is gonna be
Oh,
fantastic.
finally it hit. I have a success, and I have 3 advantage.
Okay.
With
so,
my 3 advantage, when dealing damage to a target, have the attack disable the opponent or one piece of gear rather than dealing wounds or strain. This could include hobbling him temporarily with a shot of the leg or disabling his comm leg, etc. Is it already going to effectively do that?
are you asking? Is it going to effectively disorient?
Or something?
It's going to definitely do something. I'm going to dark token at the end of this
Okay.
because I want to do something.
Then in that case, I'm throwing a blue die to each of them.
Okay, so it's your brawl damage. So your brawl should be, what is your brawl stat
Brawl
or
stat
characteristic?
is a 3, and I hit with 1 hit.
Okay, as you kind of slap the bag, it doesn't seem to like care that the bag hit it, but the dust, poof, as you guys all see it, this red dust kicks out.
And then I am scrambling for cover.
Yeah.
My objective is to stealth.
Ooh, okay, give me a stealth check. Difficulty is 4 because you are trying to hide from 4 different creatures. Mm-hmm. And then whatever bonuses you have, I would say I'll give you a blue because you just knocked open a sandbag in front of this thing's face.
Right.
As you guys see the dust kind of like glittering around this creature's head.
2 successes.
2 successes. Stealth. Okay. I'll know that, so if my guys look for it. As that hits, boom. Where do you kind of scurry off? Do you just vanish into the shadows?
Into the shadows, behind a bench, under a desk, any place I can get. I need a round or 2 to stim pack me, even at reducing abilities.
Gotcha. I'm going to flip a dark side point.
Okay?
Because it's my creature's turn to begin with. It won't affect this creature's turn because technically the one you hit was the leader, but just I want it to start taking effect. As the dust kind of like settles around and you hear that as like it seems to be inhaling deeply.
Oh no.
The next ones are the 2 up on the ceiling. One of it you hear that as it's like crunching through the steel plating to kind of like swing its way over to you guys. Grist seems to have vanished. Locke seems to be engaged. This one's going for you, Victus. Let's get that bonus.
The black rolled a blank. I feels it in my
No,
bones.
it did good. It actually got you something. Your black did good. Your black did really good. It got rid of 2 of my successes. I have 2 success, 2 advantage. I'm going to use my 2 advantage to activate this hit. As this thing hits you again, it takes, boom, 8 damage, but it hits you so hard it gives you disorient 1. When triggered, target is disoriented a number of rounds equal to it. Disoriented targets add a black setback die to all skill checks. Target is disoriented for a number of rounds equal to the ranks of disorient. This is disorient 1. So you add a black dice for this round.
Don't forget, all of you guys are getting a blue from me this round.
Boom, that one hit you.
So there's 2 in front of me now?
There's
The leader.
There's 2 directly in front of you.
the ceiling one.
There was a grist. A grist is gone. And then there's one in front of that that's surrounded by this dust. And then there's one still on the ceiling.
So, but there's one fighting Locke and one fighting me,
Yeah,
who are
so-
side by side.
Yeah,
I thought
so
the
next
leader
is
was
Locke.
fighting me. That's the one surrounded by the dust. That's
No,
the one.
the one fighting grist was the leader, was the female.
That wasn't the same one that.
Nope. This was the male that was next to it on the ground.
All right,
Charged
so there's
you.
3 in close range,
Yep,
and there's
and
1
on the
in
ceiling.
medium range.
Yep.
And 2 of the 3 are attacking Grist and Victus, and one
It's
of the
one-
3 is attacking me.
It's 1-to-1. It's one
Yeah.
was to Grist. Grist ran away. 1 to you. 1 to Locke.
Okay.
Or 1 to Victus. So it's Locke. Your turn. What are you doing? You're engaged in that melee.
So yeah, I
fight.
had my heavy blast rifle ready. So unfortunately, these creatures were able to close the distance faster than I could pull the trigger. But I'm still going after it because Grist took cover and they're a lot larger than Victus. So I'm sort of like spraying in kind of a high arc, to try to catch
Yeah.
2 of them, and particularly the one that's attacking Victus and the one that's attacking Grist, but not the one that's attacking me. So
Ooh.
I don't know if I could even pull that off physically, but like
I like that.
I'm
I'll
like
say
just trying to focus beyond the one that's in my face to try to get those 2.
I like it. Definitely do it. I think adding just a 1 black dice.
And I have a
because you're-
critical.
you're
I have a critical. I don't know what that does exactly.
You have to get enough
It's not
advantage.
like-
You need
Yeah.
3 normally to blow off.
No, like
trigger.
what's the critical?
What does it do? So critical allows you
Yeah.
if you spend so my guys have critical 4, meaning I need to spend 4 advantage to critically wound you, which means I get to roll the D100 chart.
Okay. So
Mine's
yeah,
at-
it's not
mine's critical
something
3.
I can spend to help me.
You
Mine's
can
critical
if you
3.
get enough advantage to get it.
No, I mean my auto fire does an effect if I get 2
Yeah.
advantage, but I'm just trying to figure out, if I could do anything to assist in this roll.
So
With
essentially,
my
it's
critical, but I
a
don't
2
know.
purple,
I can't really,
1 black, plus your blue from
Okay.
Grist, plus whatever your stats.
Yeah, so
are.
auto fire, if you're trying to hit a second target, even if you don't actually get enough advantages to trigger it, you have to add a 3rd purple,
Yep.
which
so
is
perfect.
rough. But let's see. Let's see. So that's 3 threats. So that takes out the hits, but I still have 3 threats. I was looking for 2 advantages, which I didn't get.
Nope.
So that's kind of a bummer. So the 3, let's see.
So you have 2 threats and 4.
2
hits.
threats and
4
1, 2, 3,
successes.
4 successes. Yeah.
So what does this look like? Tell
Yeah.
me, give me
so,
a scene.
Yeah, I mean, I was starting from the right, or from the one that I assume was on Victus, and so like I'm backing away, kind of like trying to shield myself, but more worried about keeping my teammates alive that are getting pulverized than fighting off the one that's on me. So I figure I try to shoot through the one that's chasing me, but he gets in my way, and I end up hitting the floor after trailing over Victus's aggressor. But I should have hit at least 1.
All right. It's like boom, boom. This blaster fire is going off. The ability of like how you're moving and pulling this gun out shows your experience. Your drones, woo, 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 like flying around. Your cameras are seeing these beasts descend upon you. It's making for very good footage, man. Good job. All right,
Forgot about the drone.
Victus. It's up to you now.
Wait, that was 14 damage, though. I don't know
Oh,
if you...
sorry.
It was
you did
10 damage plus 4 hits.
10 damage plus 4 hits. Beautiful. Thank you for reminding me. So that is
Which one of
And that was on the
those?
one that was attacking Victus.
okay. So it'll be
And still alive.
Yeah.
10 damage, 4 hits. Yep. As the blaster hits it, the one next to Victus is boom. You hear and smell that like burnt meat. You can see there's a hole where like the charred rib cage is. As the creature's like as it snarls. It's definitely felt it, but its skin, as you can very see through, is pretty thick and durable. It almost looks like some type of like Kevlar woven skin.
Ugh. Alright, time to put an end to this monster.
Wait,
Yes.
you're rolling 4
The-
yellows?
I do one thing really well. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging, I'm impressed.
Okay, so 5.
I can't wait to hear how this thing dies. Are you
6
attacking?
success, 2 disadvantage. However, because of my overcharged cell, every 2 disadvantage decreases the damage by 1. So it's basically instead of 6 success, it's 5. So 5 plus 8 is 13.
Plus the breach always going.
Soak 10.
Yeah.
Pierce 10. Boom.
Pierce 10.
It ignores 10 soak.
Describe how this looks. Are you attacking the one that just got blasted?
Yeah.
I am, because I
I like
want
to
to
picture he was coming up on Victus and like he was just about to like, overwhelm him, and then he got hit by the side from blaster fire, and he turned and looked, and Victus was like,
No, as it turns, I chop its head off.
It's that, it was the face of a man. The neck goes rolling.
That's
that
awesome.
Cauterized flesh as the body kind of like, at first you think it's going to slump, but the arms hit first, and then the body kind of like lays on it. The arms are so thick that they just, boom, tripod this creature.
They don't go limp. They're all muscle.
It's all pure, beautiful. It's just, this seems to frenzy the other ones.
Ow, no. Oh, no.
Shucks, fellas. It's beautiful head.
good thing we spread some of the damage
like-
around.
All right, this enemy from the top is upset, and let me see.
He's on the
I'm
ceiling.
upset. My friends are being killed. Can I have the same bonus? No.
All right, this one kind of like quickly like swings past. At first, Victus, you kind of like cut it. You see it going over. You're like, all right, getting ready. As your arm's coming down, and you realize it's going for Jimothy behind you.
Oh no! I'm just a cute little Jawa. I never harm a fly.
Armor I need to be aware of. Any?
It's like coming at her.
My soak value's 3.
Not too much.
It's like, come get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. All the grenades on her chest are...
Jimothy. Balls of steel.
Go out how I live.
Be the most beautiful explosion.
As this creature comes like flying down, it puts its two hands together, boom, crushes against you.
Haymaker.
It did 1 success, 5 advantage. It's going to use those 4 advantage to critical you.
No!
And then it's, as essentially as it hits down, it's that, and its little arms like underneath it begin to pound its chest. You take 8 points of damage, and if you'd like to roll me a D100.
Can I have a D100?
They're right in here.
Oh shit. 92!
At the brink, the target suffers 1 strain each time they perform an action.
Oh no.
Gosh.
As you have that like beach of Normandy that as you're kind of like you are well past disoriented. Congrats. Jimothy's at the brink.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, Jimothy, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm not feeling so hot. This guy's still in my face.
Yeah, he just rung your bell.
Oh.
Vision blurry.
What should I do?
Pull the grenade pin. Just do it.
I'm thinking I'm gonna grenade. It's just a which one? Which one?
Like, are any of them gathered as they're attacking this?
Technically, there's the one on you. So how I imagine it was Grist. So it's enemy on top of Grist. Back 5 space, it was you and Victus, with the one still on top of you locked. Victus killed his. 5 feet behind Victus is Jimothy, and the creature just landed.
So they're all within a 10-foot radius.
Could I?
5-foot
You can
radius.
maybe get the one on Grist and me, but not
Yeah.
yourself. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, I think I will do
It's
that.
all just an exercise in teamwork. Everybody kill everybody else's monsters.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Victus, no.
I just like it's like, see, my
and I've got the blue
8
from
things
Barry.
weak against blasters. His is weak against sabers.
Yeah.
Guys gotta fight each other. They're all the same
The
creature.
fire emblem weapon
When you're
triangle.
Yeah.
One twist off on a Rubik's Cube.
Alright, so I'm gonna throw a plasma grenade at the one on lock and hopefully hit
Don't critical.
the other
Grist
one
one.
too.
Just don't use blast to hit him as well.
Yeah.
No, well,
Roll it
I
between
have a
its
thing
feet.
called
Oh, that's
improvised
right, that's right.
detonation that as long as I get
right.
advantages,
All right, let's do
I
it.
can
Come on.
target the blast on everyone that's not my friend.
All
My
right.
fingers are crossed.
Okay. Oh, I have lots.
Beautiful roll on the blue.
I what?
Beautiful roll on
Oh,
the blue.
okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I fail. It's a wash.
It's a wash.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a total of 3 advantage.
I mean, it's always rough. So
We
like,
never
Yeah,
clarified.
but
Yeah,
those
we never
things
did
say
figure
you have
that
to
out.
hit to spin the advantage. Like my
yeah.
autofire says, you have to hit to spin the advantage.
Yeah.
I don't know
you
if
guys do
blast
have
is like that.
4. You guys have four light side points. I'm gonna say it didn't go off. Would you like to use one to say it maybe rolled away and didn't hit Locke's one, or it went further away, and maybe it was a delayed explosion. Do you want to argue that?
Yeah, a pin was faulty or something.
Yep.
You guys
I can
cool with
argue that.
that?
I'm very
Alright.
cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
Chance of
done.
hitting
Faulty
it.
Oh, it's not a
pin.
dud. Oh
It's
my
one of the
God.
confetti grenades.
Yeah. And then you're like, because it was that one, like, you click and you, like, throw it and you're like, and it, like, kind of hits the thing and, like, rolls and you're like, what the shit? Did someone just throw a tomato at this thing?
And then the next one steps forward and
Yeah. So I would say it hits. It's just, you're not going to hit the other one with it.
Alright, that's fine.
But essentially it, like, bounced and rolled. So it'll hit. It's just the trajectory was wrong.
Okay, it does 15 damage then.
Ew, shit. Okay.
Another plasma grenade.
Yeah. That's my hardest hitting one. Well, I also have bonuses that increase
Beautiful.
the damage that I do.
I now have a nice sentence.
Yeah. As you see
No,
the
you
fire
should be
kick up-
fine.
No,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see
got
the
the tan.
plasma kick up as it washes over this thing's like back, like scorching and searing it. That like flesh burnt smell of like it went from not good raw flesh to cooked perfectly
Yeah,
cooked flesh.
I'm
to
just
overcooked
scrambling
flesh.
away from it. Yeah.
For a brief moment, there was a time when the
Well
nuke went off
done.
that everyone was perfectly well done.
Ugh.
All medium rare. All right, bringing us back up to the top. Do you guys want to change your order? Or do you want to keep your order?
I'm good with the order.
I'm good with where
So-
I am in the combat.
Well, let's assess this now. Let's just think
This
about
is what
this,
it's
'cause
for.
we have 2 left. One
You
of
have
them.
3 left. Hers isn't dead.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
remember,
I thought hers
he
was dead.
decapitated one. One
So
was
we have
damaged.
3 left. One deeply wounded in front of Locke,
Yeah.
as far as we can tell.
Yep.
One not wounded in front of Barry,
Not so wounded. He
Where I was.
blasted.
and one really
He got
not
grenaded.
wounded at all in front
Yeah.
of
Me.
Jimothy.
Jimothy. So if Jimothy and Grist don't have a chance to get away or put some distance, I don't know if that's going to help at all.
Grist is away.
But yeah, okay. I kind of think we should put Victus at the
I need
top
one
of the
more.
line.
I agree.
We'll
And then I think we
agree.
should
Yeah.
put probably Locke and then probably Jimothy. But just given the circumstances, I'm not really sure.
So Victus is going first. We know that.
Okay. Victus first.
And one of the dead ones, was that one of the first attackers?
One of the dead ones was the second attacker, yes.
Okay.
So we want Victus first this time. Who do you want second? So it's going to be 2 enemies, Victus, enemy.
Oh, so I thought
2
one of the
enemies
2
and then
enemies
Victus.
was the one that
Yeah.
went down.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they technically lost.
We can't beat
their-
those guys either way.
Yeah, one of them died, so they lost their slot. Technically, my creature can fill in that spot, remember?
okay.
Just
So
like
it
you
doesn't-
guys get to pick who you
Okay.
did.
So they will always go 2 first until we have less than 2 of them. That sucks. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say Victus, Locke, Jimothy, Grist in this case.
Okay.
Because it's not going to help us for Grist to put, like, you're not going to be able to put enough distance to not get attacked.
I am not going to be attacked. I'm telling you, I am invisible to them at this
Yeah,
point.
okay.
For
They
now,
have to
you-
find me.
You succeeded completely?
I succeeded
Okay.
He
completely.
succeeded by 2
I
success
checked
levels.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Get that
saying. If
roll.
you want to
Okay.
let me go second, I'll go second.
Well,
But
yeah, I
Victus
mean-
should go first.
So.
But if you go second, then you'll become invisible and you'll be
Guys,
attackable.
It was
dramatic GM
it's
flourish.
so good, guys. So, as remember that dark side kicked off, our Force sensitive users feel like something isn't quite right. As Grist slips away, he's beginning to like kind of feel for stuff, and he's like, "Fuck, what was that drug?" You know, it's red sand. And then you guys kind of heard that deep breathing, and as that kind of like, as it kind of like sucks in the sand or into its throat, you can see its eyes kind of like boom go big. Its veins begin to pop as it begins to like drool because of so much foam coming from its mouth. It charges Locke.
Oh, goodness.
No, no, no.
Locke's like, woo, as he charges
Woo,
down.
things are good. There's only another creature there to hit me. This will be.
I like to imagine Locke's just like looking around to make sure Grist is okay and he can't find him because he rolled stealth really well and like he's hiding from even Locke and he's like, where the hell did he go? And then he just gets smashed by this drug-induced monster.
So it has 8 success
Oh, God.
on top of its 8, so you're getting hit for 16
Oh,
points of
God.
damage as this thing smacks you like into the gut, like straight into your chest. 3 advantage will be used to try to attempt a swing on the person next to you. I'm just saying, guys. I get to add that black, though. It's got to successfully not hit.
And you added the black when you hit lock, right?
Yep.
Thanks a lot,
3
Chris.
success to hit and 5 advantage, but that doesn't matter because it's just trying to hit. So you get hit for 18 as well.
16.
Because it remember
16. 16.
16.
It was 16.
Sorry, 16 as well. You were correct. Because remember, its ability is on a successful melee hit. Remember, you're not dead. You're going unconscious.
Sure.
This is how it goes. You're not dead unless you get the critical rolls.
But he's out of the fight.
You're out of the fight unless someone
we-
stims him. Your spot's still open because you're not dead.
Float into his spots?
You could float into a spot, yes. So we'll pause. So are you still standing, Locke?
I have one wound
HP?
left.
Okay.
Did you take the same amount?
Yes.
Yeah, but I have 7 subs.
Because its ability...
And he didn't get hit twice already.
Right. Yeah.
Because the ability is on... I
yeah,
can
I took
spend 2
9.
advantage on a successful melee attack to hit a
15.
second target engaged with it, dealing the same damage as dealt to the original target.
Oh my god.
That's its four-armed hit. So as it hits, boom, Locke. The hit crushes Locke against Victus. The Victus kind of like crumples against it. As it does, the creature finishes its swing through. You see it kind of like begin to like pull back its head to roar, and it literally falls over. You can hear the as its heart exploded.
Thank God.
Because of what you gave it.
Oh god.
This leader dies. I use my
Like, does his heart explode all over
Yay.
Victus and me?
Its chest kind of
Right.
like boom punches forward, and out. The drug you gave it was a type of red sand that increases strength but lowers intelligence. The creature is too stupid to remember how to breathe, and so essentially its heart was just and it just
You're lucky you
trying
missed
to
this
pump.
part, Victus.
Yep. The benefit it gave it is it gave it a whole nether strength characteristic, and so it went to a 6 bronze, and that's why it was hitting so hard. Is it was just like, yes, bigger hit.
All right.
So
Locke,
you guys
slide
can
into that
use it,
spot.
just don't become stupid enough to die.
So Locke blinks, like the whole world is blurry and dark, and then suddenly, like, he's like, is it raining in here? And like his ears are ringing. He's like on the ground somewhere. I think Victus is next to me, but I'm not sure. And like I'm just trying to kind of make sense of it all. I'm a little shell shook. And like if I can kind of get my vision back, I look over, I see Victus unconscious. I just want to reach for the back of my belt, pull out my stim pack, and just kind of fall over onto him and ram it in there.
So your Locke will take Victus' spot. You're going to stim pack him.
Yeah.
Boom. So you get that immediate 5 up.
When I reach my wound threshold, does it exceed that, or does it stop at the limit?
Stops at the limit. You can't go over.
Okay. So, and then it reduces me by 5, so I am down to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you come to and Locke's like passing out on top of you with like his hand grasping a stim pack, just like thrust into your heart and like just like barely hanging on.
I'm like
Oh, and it's raining blood.
and the needle's just like hanging out of my chest, like.
And it's raining monster blood. You know, what color is the monster blood?
This actually is a type of brown. It looked like it should have been red. It looks muddy. Is what you would describe.
Don't let it get in your eye.
The one that, because I missed my second one, essentially what happens is it turns to like watch its mate explode as it kind of like looks like as it takes the turn to be disoriented. Actually, let me see
Well,
if it keeps
hey,
its cool.
Grist, it worked. You disoriented one of them
Let me see if it can keep its cool.
after you killed 2 of your teammates.
Let's see if it can do it. Let me see if it can. Let's just double check to see if it's awareness enough. What does vigilance use?
Willpower.
Willpower. All right.
Monkey rancors. I knew it.
Thanks a lot, Jess.
Yep. Well, they haven't eaten
this is all your
anyone's
fault.
face yet.
This is what you get.
Well,
You
I don't
made
know.
this. Just
We don't know what happened to Grist.
Yeah. It essentially is just distraught, but it clearly seems to turn its head to focus at you guys as you're beginning to pick up. It used its turn to refocus itself. That was essentially what happened.
So there are 2 standing.
There are 1 damaged and then the one over Jimothy who's undamaged standing. Locke went in place of Victus. This puts Victus back in the turn.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, excellent question. Thank you for bringing that up. Do you want
did,
Victus
but-
to take Locke's spot, or do you want to put him at the bottom?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
He's
So
got an agenda.
Victus, it's your turn. You
Save us.
this thing just showed you the dark side of life.
So, there's only one left, right?
There's 2 left.
One's
there's one
wounded
behind
and
you,
one's
and there's
not
one in
wounded.
front of you.
But the one in front of me, is it like...
Is wounded.
Is it in front of Locke? Is
Yes.
That,
Yeah,
okay.
he was
It's-
attacking me.
It's within, definitely
like, I
within
wake up,
like
I'm
stabbing reach.
I see the needle stick out of my chest and throw it down. I look at like Locke, you're not unconscious.
No, I'm not, but I'm really close, and like my arm just kind of slumps off of you when you sit up with the stim pack.
I was so close to peace. I pick up my now deactivated force pike off there, like it's covered in liquid.
Yeah.
I activate it up there. It's the sound of like sizzling as like burns
The blood,
around the hilt. The heat of the blade is like sizzling the blood, and I go forward and I slash at the last remaining creature.
Okay.
Again, there's two.
There's
One over
in front of
Jimothy
Locke and one-
undamaged. There's one in front of Locke.
Yes,
You got
I
two
take
in
the one in
front
front
of
of Locke.
Eliminate damage dealers. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
That's what we need to do right now.
Swinging a hit.
Stop the incoming damage.
Don't fucking hit.
3 success, 3 advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
Your advantage create crit.
Oh yeah. My crit now is I only need 1 to crit.
What?
So because normally a lightsaber is just 2, but my corrupted crystal decreases that by 1, so it's easier to crit. So I'm gonna spend 1 to crit. I'm just going to spend 2.
Can you do it multiple times?
To add 2 damage. So 3, so 5, so 13.
Can you triple crit?
Critting.
No.
And then it already has vicious 1, so it's
Yeah.
going to add 10 to this crit roll.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Look at this
I
angry
guess there's
saber
only
do
one
angry
300
things.
there. Okay, plus 10. Is that 4?
Yep.
Okay, damn. I was really hoping it was 104.
Why couldn't I rolled that?
Right? So,
So
14.
14.
Hang
Okay.
now.
So
I mean, our lowers.
oh
It
damn it!
It was
Yeah,
a
I wish-
004. Is there
Dang it.
104 on the
No,
table?
I really wish it was 4 because 14 is not as funny. 14 is a sudden jolt. The target drops whatever is in its hand. I wish it was 4 the just regular 4 because it's minor nick. So I just imagine you're like, "Ugh," and you like missed it, and it's just right across. It's like carotid artery. I feel like that's the better end. Is you're like, I didn't
He's
even
just
need
like,
to
huh?
cut your head off. I just needed to like burn the artery. So describe how you kill this creature, because trust me, you did enough damage to it.
I mean, I just kind of limp forward and just
yeah.
like
That
multiple
vicious
slashes. Yeah, unsophisticated, unskilled, just
Primal.
desperate, tired, exhausted. These
If
are
this
all
thing was
adjectives.
alive, it would have dropped whatever in its hand.
It dropped its
It
hand.
like actually had grist.
You
and
know what it was
like,
holding? Its body. That's what it was
Yeah.
holding.
I dropped its hand. Is what I did. I cut
Yeah,
off its hand.
That huge hand, boom, like drops down. All right, beautiful hit. That leaves Jimothy next. You have this one above you. What are you doing?
Well, he's right on top of me, pummeling me, right?
He was, yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna try and get my pistol out and shoot him.
All right. This is engaged, so it's gonna be 2 purple difficulty.
2 purple, no blue.
See what mine is.
And it's a miss again. Yeah, I get 1 advantage. Or 2 advantages, but no 1 failure. Sorry.
All right.
Tired.
Blaster goes off. It misses the creature. It's growing wide. It's scary to be under this thing. This thing's angry.
Yeah.
You just heard one explode. You didn't see it, but it definitely happened. You didn't get to see a good explosion.
I
That's
know,
so
it's so disappointing.
the heart bomb. As this one continues its fight on Jimothy, 1 triumph, 2 success, 1 disadvantage.
Oh, this is just not our day, guys.
This is what these creatures do. So 2 success. So it was 8 damage, 9, 10 damage. And then if you want to roll me another D100 plus 10.
Yeah,
Because it's your second
I'm
critical.
Barry roll it.
down right now. Where's the... I need a...
Oh, my bad. I stole it.
How dare you?
Filthy fat hobbitses.
Filthy pocketses. I rolled a 39.
So 39, that's with the 10?
That's without
No.
the 10.
Okay, so 39, so
a pretty
49. Headringer. The target increases the difficulty of an intelligence and cunning check until the end of the encounter. As essentially it's pummeling your face. It's just that ding, ding, ding going off.
Well, I don't care because I'm down right now.
Yeah. Essentially, it's just continuing to hit as you see her Jimothy's little robe kind of like crumple in.
Oh my god. It just falls as like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jimothy was always a spirit.
It was always a force.
Nothing ever under that.
It was always a force, Jawa.
No one ever looked.
All right, Jimothy is down, guys.
From cover, I'm shooting it.
All right, that was my creature. So bringing it up, Grist, shoot it. You
hope
get
Grist
to add
is
a
still
blue
alive.
Avenge
because
me.
you are ambushing it.
Okay.
How you are, I would say, medium distance. So this would be 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you have to advance?
No.
Okay, roll for it.
Come on. Couldn't have a triumph, could I? Nope. Nothing. I get 1 threat.
One threat. Okay. The shot goes wide. You guys didn't really see where it came from, but you know it didn't hit.
Can
That's
I?
what it says.
Can I also stim pack myself? I
That's
don't know.
technically a second action,
problem.
so no. Thank you for asking, though. Third round up. Who do you guys want to take your place? I have 1 creature
So-
left.
So am I understanding correctly that the creature, as long as you rolled to go before us,
It goes
whatever's
before.
left will
Yes.
always go
Yes,
before
that's
us?
what I
Yeah.
said. It always moves into first.
Yep.
So until we
because
take them all
essentially
out.
the rolls are the rolls. You
So it
just
really
fill.
kind of, yeah, it kind of doesn't matter because the creature's going to go and then all of us are going to go.
It's just who do you want to go? Because I just want
Yeah.
to make sure that there's no.
So I'll go first, see if I can get its attention.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So this creature just finished off Jimothy. I got 2 of you. Do you guys want to? You know what? We'll do the force dice, light or dark. Victus, do you think you're light?
Absolutely.
Locke, you definitely think you're dark.
Yes. Well, yes.
All right, light or dark. All right, it's going for Locke.
Well, he has to do more than 7 damage. I think he will.
If it hits, it's very possible. It's
These
very
guys hit
possible
hard.
I cannot hit.
Yeah, I don't think this will be the first miss, which is
Well,
perfect timing.
I am just laying on the ground, so it's kind of hard to miss me.
Maybe he'll trip over you instead.
I'm like half laying on Victus's boot. I'm like,
Drunkenly on, like,
He's
hanging
like,
on.
So I got 3 misses, but I also got 4 advantage.
oh.
It can't do anything besides pass that buff to itself. Because I have to hit you to affect any of the advantage.
Yep.
Go buff yourself.
Yeah, because I can't disable one of your piece of gears
Get
or
out.
wound it. I guess what I'm just going to argue, because here's what it can do. It's going to give 3 of those advantage to gain a +1 melee defense. It's essentially just flailing so much that it's hard to kind of like find a way to reach into that defense to actually stab at it.
All
so
right.
whatever you attack with, add 1 black.
1 black, even if it's ranged.
Only, yes, melee or ranged defense until the end of the active turn. Yep.
Very
Okay.
defensive.
It doesn't look like it's fighting in any style.
Nope. Am I allowed to use my advantages to give blue dice if I don't hit?
Yes, you guys can still transfer it. It's just, it has no one to transfer to besides itself.
Right. Okay.
So-
So I'm going to add 2 black or 1 black to its next attack and
Okay.
1 blue to each of their next attacks.
Beautiful. All right. As the shot goes wide, you can see the thing kind of like spinning. You know, when monkeys kind of like just spin their arms and slap the ground. That's essentially what it's doing. It's Tasmanian deviling. Next up, I'm assuming was Victus wanted to go.
Like, I thought the monkey was like slinging me back and forth, like,
It-
pow,
it-
pow,
it
pow. I
can't
was like,
get-
"Ah!"
it can't-
But-
it didn't hit you. You essentially are like
No,
rolling
I
out
mean,
of its way.
he didn't land the hit, but he was trying to. So then,
Oh, he was trying to.
yeah. So then Grist takes a shot,
I was gonna try to hit the shit.
and yeah. So
Disoriented it,
right.
finally.
Yeah. Cool.
In fact, almost no negatives.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So this is gone. So it's 1, 5, 6,
yeah.
7.
I think I've been giving you berries.
So 7 advantage,
Okay.
2 success, and a triumph.
So now you're looking at a crit, and what else?
This triumph, 2 success, 7 advantages.
Hell yeah.
So I activate everything.
I breach sunder the
Yep.
hell
So
out
breach
of the-
sunder, defensive 1. Every advantage adds damage. I can use fusion shunt to give it breach 1 again, so it's breach 2 now. So no. So literally, so the fusion shunt, what it does, like breach 1 again would mean I ignore 20 soak.
Yeah.
Which you're like, why would you ever do that? Well, breach 1, in Star Wars, 10 soak is equivalent to 1 armor on a starship. So if I have breach 2, then I can get through 2 armor on a starship kind of
my
thing.
God.
This is supposed to be represent like in episode 1 when they stabbed the lightsaber through the door on the Trade
Yeah.
Federation Lucre
Cut
Hulk,
through it, yeah.
and he sits there and holds it there and like melts around him. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So that's what I do to this thing. I shove it in its back as it's like
Yeah.
trying to grab it lock, and I just leave it there in
Yep.
its back.
Yeah, as essentially you see it begin to sizzle and burn, the body like heats to superheated levels, beginning to become a liquid, and kind of like falls through it as he kind of just holds it there as the thing like burns and screams. dying after but a second of him holding there, it just goes quiet, and then he still leaves it there sizzling. Congrats, guys! You've killed all my monsters.
Okay.
Jimothy, you are unconscious. Would someone like to give you medicine or try to wake
I'm
her
going
up?
to start by stim packing myself as I come out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to I'm going to go over. Jimothy's the only one down and out, right? So I will stim pack Jimothy for 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Locke, have you stim packed yet?
I'm like laying face down
stim
on the
packed
ground.
yet?
No, but I'm
yeah.
I'm still conscious, but I'm groaning.
I'm
I have a
ignoring-
used stim pack in my right hand.
Yep, I'm just sticking him. So you've
I'm
got
just
5. And I'm going to hold on to that other one.
All right. And that, as you bring Jimothy up, you guys are kind of together. The bodies are down. You kind of sit there for a second, breathing heavily, and that's where we're going to call it for today.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Well
that
done,
was
guys.
a really good fight.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Siegson Employees of the Month, Michael H., Greg K., F.S., and our Breaker of Seals, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it. And a very special thanks to our fantastic artist, Jacob Blackmon, who you can reach on his Patreon under his name, or Deviant Art under the name Prodigy Duck.